What's up, Banking Tree? Long time no see, buddy. Title didn't update? Oh, it's probably one of the words I used in it. I bet you Twitch didn't like the words. Yeah.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away.
Yeah, I had to remove an E. I didn't like it. Shut up, Itsuko. I've already solved it. You're living in the past.
Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the Dow. We've been thinking.
This is why no one talks to you and only talks about you.
This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let
Get what I'm saying, Itsuko?
burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack. Kill it anyway to play. Haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it to the back of the pack. Kill it anyway.
We're having freaking hot flashes. We don't need your Benjamin Fulford time zone, okay? Good luck living with that psycho in China.
We were raised to lose the race. Wake
I didn't mention you because you're not memorable. You're like that one? Isn't she Asian or something? That's about it.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is?
What?
Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage.
I got
You
bird
know,
shit on my shoulder.
Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from
My
the
beard
realm
is
of Linda
flawless.
Bindaland. So,
We'll talk about it.
enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Hey, what's up? See, it looks like I got bird shit on my shoulder. That's not bird shit, I promise. Anyways, welcome. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us late again. This one's Mariah's fault. She had me babysitting my own child. No one makes me babysit my own child. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. What's up? How's it going? Let's see. Updates. We're just getting the campground ready. I weeded it for probably 5 hours and then mowed for 2 hours today. So that's done. I got to finish all the grills. I just got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot to get done, and Memorial Day is coming up. So we're trying to get ready for that. That's when everything's like sold out, and that kind of kicks off like the main season at the campground where like there's people there all the time. I wish I could just work on all the maintenance stuff and not have to do the mowing and weeding. I need to hire somebody else, but potato. Also, I was the biggest asshole. In the world today. So I don't know how this happened. But I went, so there was a picnic table. There was a picnic table that one of the seats was just off of. Like the woman in the office came and she's like, hey, one of the tables doesn't have a bench on it. And I'm like, what? And she's like, it looks like somebody just took it off. And I was like, I didn't take it off. And they're like, well, I didn't say you did. And I'm like, who the fuck else would take it off? Right? Who brings tools to a campground to disassemble a fucking table? Like, obviously it would have been me or nobody, or it's fucking broke. Anyways, the bolts fell out, and I guess somebody felt like it was unsafe without the bolts, so they took it off, and they set it on the ground. So I went down there to inspect it. When I went down there to inspect and see what was wrong with it, and found the bolts were all out of it, and somebody set it off on the ground, and they're just like, they're like wood. I like through bolts, right? Because then you don't have to worry about them. They go all the way through, you tighten them up, whatever. For some reason, whoever built these tables built like wood thread bolts, so they like thread into the wood, but that's not going to last 20 years, right? It's probably not going to last 5 years. It moves so much that it ends up pulling the wood out. Wood's not a great thing to thread into. Screws are all right, but when you start getting to like big lag bolts and shit, it's just going to rip it out. Anyways, in the camping spot right beside the bench, there was this lady that was in there in a tent, okay? And she's by herself, except for she's got like a tiny baby. Like less than a year-old baby. And I was like, oh, hey, I'm just checking out the bench. She's like, oh, yeah, I saw that. And I was like, oh, hey, you got your baby with you? And she's like, yeah. And I'm not good at small talk. I was just like, hey, baby. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm fixing to put him down for a nap if he'll go down. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she starts like taking it way beyond the scope that I want to talk. She's like, sometimes he won't sleep, and then I'll take him up to the beach area and let him wear himself out. Then I'll bring him back and I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm just trying to work over here. I only said hi because I feel like I'm required to. Like, I don't want to get fired. But I could have started with like a, hey, fuck you. But I was like, oh, okay. I got to go get some tools. So I left. Now, she did tell me that she was fixing to put him down for a nap. And she did tell me that she was, that if he didn't go down, she takes him all the way up to the beach and to wear himself out, right? So you go down for a nap. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And I was like, I gotta get tools. So anyways, I walked around, did some stuff. I had to find some tools. I had to find some new screws, big ass like lag screws. I had to get some stuff together. It probably and I got interrupted doing something else. It probably took like 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get back to the area I was at. So when I got back to the area I was at, I put the bench up there. I made sure the screws are going to work. I was looking at it, got the tools, everything's set in here. I walked kind of halfway. The tent is probably only 10 feet away, so I probably walked like 5 feet. And I was like, hey, nothing. And I said, hello? Nothing. So her tent didn't have like you could see through it. Like she had like the windows open basically, which means it's just like netting, like screen. So I walked a couple more steps and looked, and I swear I did not see anybody in the tent at all. I didn't see anybody in the tent. Nobody. No kid, no mother, no nothing. So I was like, oh, apparently the baby wouldn't go to sleep, and she took it up to the river to wear himself out at the swimming area. That was before I'd started working with power tools. So I get the bench lined up and stuff. There's nobody in the tent, whatever. I hit it all up, and I start hitting it with a big ass impact, like a impact driver you'd like take tires off with, because it's a big fucking bolt. It's a big ass impact, and it's like da 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 da. It's so loud. It's da 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 da, like driving this bolt in, and out the corner of my eye, like while I'm laying under a bench, like da 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 da, this big ass fucking battery powered impact. At the corner of my eye, I just see shit start flying, and I'm like, oh no, there's not supposed to be anybody in there. It was her and her child. Apparently they were in there under a blanket or some shit, and she was very upset. And by the time her kid woke up, she was just throwing shit out of the way. She like starts like marching away with her kid, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't know, sorry. She's like, it's fine. Well, she's like marching away. So the kid was screaming and crying. He probably thought it was a drive-by. It's just screaming his fucking head off. She's like, it's fine. I don't think it was fine. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird, scarer of all babies. Not nearly as scary as this guy, though. Check this guy out. He's a Florida native, I believe. A little scary guy here.
Have you or someone you know lost a loved one? Perhaps that is a little young. If so, please check Tubby's Liquors. We got little Stevie here. Doesn't have a home. Came in looking pretty rough, but as you can see, we got him nice and cleaned up here. Come. Have you or someone you know lost a loved one? Perhaps that is a little young. If so, please check Tubby's Liquors. We got little Stevie here. Doesn't have a home. Came in looking pretty rough, but as you can see, we got him nice and cleaned up here. Come. Have you or someone you know lost a loved one? Perhaps that is a little young. If so, please check Tubby's Liquors. We got little Stevie here. Doesn't have a home. Came in looking pretty rough, but as you can see, we got him nice and cleaned up here. Come. Have you or someone you know lost a loved one? Perhaps that is
Tubby's Liquors, Tamarack, Florida. How weird is that? I don't know if it's a sex toy or not, but all I get is vibes that you shouldn't be around children. It's not even like the pedo growth and the hairy chin. It's just, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be around children.
In my naivete, I thought that this product, which has been selling quite a bit, was maybe honey to wrap on a blunt, but it's actually honey to put on your ding-a-ling to keep it robust. What the In my naivete, I thought that this product, which has been selling quite a bit, was maybe honey to wrap on a blunt, but it's actually...
So apparently he's selling children-sized butt plugs and some type of penis honey. In memory of my little guinea pig Rusty, who died on Sunday. Uh-oh, thank you for the donation, but sorry about your guinea pig. Wow.
Honey to put on your ding-a-ling to keep it robust. What?
By the way, you know how big a deal he made out when people found out he worked at Publix? And then he makes a video like, I work at Tubby's Liquors. Okay. That's weird. I don't know. Why'd you do that? Let's see. I got a pretty crazy cop video. That's something I got. What else do I have? God, I got a ton of stuff over here from fucking weirdos. Did you know this was a thing? I don't know. Let's see. Did I know this was a thing? Oh yeah, professional pillow fights.
Not yet.
A 12-ounce pillow. It's the PFC. Boom. Got him. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this yet or not, but I just read a study that Mark sent to me as well. I've been really concerned about this. I think that our extermination event, the thing that's going to kill us all, that will have us unable to repopulate and that will destroy basically civilization, is microplastics. Oh, the hammer fist pillow. I like seeing a knockout. I would just like to have some of these. They got like a double handle sewn on them. I'd just like to have some of these to attack the kids with. They can have one too. There you go. There you go. What is this? Oh no. Oh no. Anyways, Eli's weird. Microplastics probably going to destroy us all. New study came out that microplastics have been found in every human testicle in a study. Scientists say discovery may be linked to decades-long decline in sperm counts in men around the world. Microplastic have been found in human testicles, with research saying the discovery might be linked to declining sperm counts in men. The scientists tested 23 human testes, as well as 47 testes from pet dogs. They found microplastic pollution in every single sample. Every sample had, even the dogs. The human testicles had been preserved so their sperm count could not be measured. However, the sperm count in dogs' testes could be assessed and was lower in samples with higher contaminations of PVC. The study demonstrates a correlation, but further research is needed to prove microplastics cause sperm counts to fall. See, plastic never existed, right? We invented it. And no one ever thought about microplastic. About the tiniest of tiny particles of plastic that literally get in like your bloodstream and in your fucking brain and in your lungs, and everything you consume has microplastics on it. Sperm counts in men have been falling for decades, with chemical pollution such as pesticides implicated by many studies. Microplastics have also recently been discovered in human blood, in placentas, in breast milk within the breast, indicating widespread contamination of people's bodies. The impact on health is yet unknown, but microplastics have been shown to cause damage to human cells in a laboratory. This might even be like it can't attribute to all cancers, but this might even have shit to do with like the most recent of cancers. Like the uptick in recent cancers. Microplastics could be the cause of all these diseases we see popping up. Vast amounts of plastic waste are dumped in the environment, and microplastics have polluted the entire planet from the summit of Mount Everest. So they took a sample from the summit of Mount Everest, microplastics. The deepest oceans we've ever explored, microplastics. People are known to consume tiny particles via food, water, as well as breathing them in on the air. The particles could lodge in the tissue and cause inflammation, as air pollution particles do, or chemicals in the plastic could cause harm. In March, doctors warned of potentially life-threatening effects after finding a substantially raised risk of stroke, heart attack, and earlier death in people whose blood vessels were contaminated with microscopic plastics. At the beginning, I doubted whether microplastics could penetrate the reproductive system, said Professor Zhong Yu at the University of New Mexico in the U.S. When I first received the results for dogs, I was surprised. I was even more surprised when I received the results for humans. The tests analyzed were obtained from postmortems in 2016. This is all the way back at 2016, and I'm sure it's only gotten worse. With the men ranging from 16 to 88 when they died, the impact of the younger generation might be more concerning now that there is more plastic than ever in our environment. The study published in the Journal of Toxicology Sciences involved dissolving the tissue samples and analyzing the plastic that remained in the dog's testes were obtained from veterinary practices that conducted neutering operations. The human testicles had plastic concentrations almost 3 times higher than what was found in dog testes, 330 micrograms per gram of tissue compared to with 123 micrograms. Polyethylene used in plastic bags and bottles was the most common microplastic, followed by PVC. PVC can release a lot of chemicals that interfere with spermatogenesis, and it contains chemicals that cause endocrine disruption. You said the human testes have been routinely collected by the New Mexico Office of the Medical Investigator and were available following a 7-year storage requirement, after which the samples are usually discarded. A smaller study in China in 2023 found microplastics in 6 human testes and 30 semen samples. Recent studies have mice reported that microplastics reduce sperm count and cause abnormalities and hormone disruptions. I swear, like I know people in the chat making jokes about it, but I swear this might be our end. We might have done it to ourselves, and it might even like, let's say you're like, well, I only get like top quality beef, blah blah blah. It's in the fucking air. It's in the plastic, like in processing plants. Like when when something slides across a plastic sheet, it's just picking them up. They're everywhere. And even if not that, it's in the fucking bags that you buy that you use to pick up your food at the grocery store. The bottles, it leaches out. It's insane. It's in your water. It's in everything. No one's going to be able to avoid microplastics, and they just might fucking take us out. That might be it. Like the concentrations might get so high that the leaching from the chemicals from them cause fucking cancer and, fucking inability to reproduce. It's in breast milk. Like, holy shit, it's in everything. It's in everything. And it never leaves. Plastic just stays for basically ever. I was with, what was that? Something refreshed. That was weird. When I was young, I was probably like 12. I was helping my uncle one time, who was trimming some trees. And he was like clearing some land. I was running a chainsaw or whatever. And I was helping clear some land. Well, something else he had done was he was building a house at the time. So we were clearing a lot behind his house, but he was building the house at the same time. And I remember we had a big fire pit going. And we were just throwing trash and small brush on a fire. And he had walked off, was doing something. I was there with fucking his kids. There's one that's about a year younger than me, or a couple years younger than me. There's one that's like 5 years younger than me. I was there with his kids and his wife, and we were just throwing shit on the fire. I might have been 13 or 14. It doesn't matter. I wasn't driving yet. And I picked up a piece of vinyl siding out of like the trash pile, like a little corner piece of vinyl siding, and threw it in the fire. And the smoke that come off the vinyl siding, I inhaled it, and I don't know if it was from the smoke or if it was from like something replacing oxygen. It knocked me the fuck out. Boom, cold. Like, I don't know if it's a chemical reaction or if it's because I couldn't get oxygen and it was replaced by whatever the smoke is that comes off that. But I threw it in the fire, went and got like 2 more things, came back to the fire. The wind changed, blew the smoke in my face, and I was just. Next thing I remember is waking up later. They had already called an ambulance and shit. Like plastics are fucking dangerous. Plastics are fucking dangerous, but we use them on fucking everything. Hell, I got a 3D printer here. I'm probably huffing that shit all the time. All the time. Just me.
I saw that you would, the way that you would get drugs onto set is
man.
you would take out, you had
That
like
explains why I'm the smartest motherfucker you've ever met. Yeah, I guess.
weight supplements that had capsules. And
Yeah.
you would crush up the blues.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
replace the powder.
Remember that fat burner Xanadrin back in the day? Xanadrin? Yeah. Well, funny that Ronnie used to be like one of the spokespersons. So I grabbed me and Ronnie. You always used to go at each other, and so you take a bottle of Xanadrin and you take out the fat burner, which could be caffeine or whatever else it is. And then I took, let's just say,
Plastic is easy, simple, easy to come by, but we may have made a mistake. We should probably, every chance you get, you should probably be going back to some type of natural fiber or something, whether it be hemp or something. You should be trying to eliminate plastics from your life.
400 to 500 rock cassettes, put them in the pill crusher, and then that turns into powder, and then you recapsulate it. The problem is with that, it sounds like a great plan, that when you recapsulate it, it could turn into...
Rock cassette is for a bitch, dude. That's got acetaminophen in it.
It could be more than 30.
It could probably be a 60 or 70. You don't know what you're doing with. But I remember with the eye in the sky, because we're being filmed on set, I'm like taking the Xanadrin pills, which we now know are like Oxy 50, 60, 70. I'm like, there's no way they're going to know. Eventually they knew, and they caught on to like the second caper because I took too many pills and I kept breaking deals with myself. Because originally I made like, let's just say 500 rock cassettes in a bowl and I crushed them all up, right? Then I recapsulated it, right? Now, if you set out and you did your math, like, look, I could only take 2 a day. Well, guess what? I was taking 3 or 4 a day. Eventually ran out. And then eventually, you know what happens when you run out. Yeah. You're on a big TV show. They're watching you 24/7. Now you're going to get sick and go through withdrawal. And eventually, there was the next caper where I somehow ran into a guy at a tanning salon that was the owner. And we were doing gym, tanning, and laundry, and I saw his eyes were pinned. Once they let me go into the tanning salon to go tanning, they take the mic off, and because you need your privacy, you're gonna get naked.
Got them pin dots. I come across all on my own. I guess Nick did a video today, but I couldn't even get it to play. Anybody watch this?
All mosquitoes in the area in just minutes. This simple but brilliant trick you can do tonight to eliminate all.
Convenience store owners are furious.
I tried to watch it earlier and couldn't get it to play.
This video. It shows the exact system one mathematical genius uses.
Why would convenience store owners be mad about you playing the lottery, you fucking idiots?
Every time I try
they don't pay it out.
I get a curveball right before. It's live. Sweet. Man, it always gets so different every time I try it. I get a curveball right before. Test 1, 2. I just don't want it to be too loud.
And this guy, my hair was wet. It was down. I was kind of tossing it back and forth. And this guy's just, chugging one for the choo-choo, if you know what I'm saying.
You can hear like every noise that I'm making. Jeez. I'll turn it down a little. You can hear me swallow. It's just weird. What's up, everyone?
You can hear me swallow. It's just weird. Oh, look how he gives the side eye, too. It's like he wants you. He goes, you can hear me swallow. It's just weird. What the fuck?
I'll turn it down a little. You can hear me swallow. It's just weird.
Look at that side eye.
Every noise that I'm making. Jeez. I'll turn it down a little. You can hear me swallow. It's just weird. What's up, everyone? Just chilling. We're going to do some updates today. But we're going to play some music. So I'm going to put on a song first, and then...
He's a lady man.
Say that all of a sudden disappeared. Ugh, hate that word. I'm going to go over the fundraiser for the lawsuit against Phil. Ugh, hate that word. I'll show you the motion to dismiss that we entered in. It's so sexy. It's so robust. And then I'm going to go over a conspiracy that I mentioned last time that we were here, and that's the Malaysia flight that all of a sudden disappeared. It's going to be the juiciest thing you've seen all week. You're going to talk to your friends about it. Probably not. Depends on who your friends are.
Fucking retard.
And then I'm just
we already covered this and how it's been debunked Not only has it been debunked, it's been thoroughly debunked. And even like the sonic boom or whatever they use to make the plane disappear is a stock footage. Nick should know all about that.
Sprinkle some of my favorite tracks throughout this podcast because that's what I like to do. So that's going to be our time spent together today. So what song will I play?
He's told multiple people now that he's making $40,000 to $50,000 a month, and he's fundraising you for a lawsuit. Lives in a nice apartment, just bought a brand new fucking car. I mean, like, he's making 40 to 50. That's what Mr. Truth Bomb said. That's why Mr. Truth Bomb is taking action, making a video against him, because he doesn't want his stuff on Nick's paid platform. He asked him to take it down. He's basically stealing his content and making $40,000 to $50,000 a month.
First, I want to test something out real quick. If there's anyone in the chat, can you give me what's up when I play this song?
No way, Dr.
This one
J.
from Apple Music, so I don't have to go and find it from YouTube, and this way I can DJ quicker.
From now on, when everybody refers to Dr. J, please refer to her Dr. J Banana, the Trader. Thank you.
And you let me know if you can hear something. I'll let you know when I play it. All right. Let's see here. What are we gonna do?
Does that look like bird shit on my shoulder? A little bit, doesn't it? You guys can see my beard, how luscious and beautiful it is. It was my friend's beard. All right, hold on. Let me slow this down to real time. Why is he so fucking awkward? Like, why is it so uncomfortable to watch him listen to music?
I feel like music sounds better with you.
Can you hear that music?
Bring us back together so good. I feel like music sounds better with you.
What is going on there? There's something weird about this. It's like if date rape was a video format.
I'll explain later. It's a cover. I'll explain later. Okay. Look, the next song I might play because I might not get to it. But it's a good one. All right, well, we're gonna play that one next. I just want to give you a little info on that song. That's a cover. Neil Francis is doing Music Sounds Better With You. That song's originally done by a group called Stardust that only released one song. And Stardust was a duo with Thomas Bangalter. And some of you might know who that is. The other person in the band, I don't know who it was. But Thomas Bangalter is Daft Punk along with a guy named Guy Manuel. And so they did their own project and had a few cool songs and released only one track. So the band name is Stardust. And we should actually just hear the original because it's totally different than what we just heard. And actually, yeah. Such a good song. It went around the whole world. The band didn't even do any other songs. This is it. So cool.
All you can think about is that guy chugging the choo-choo in prison.
There's a Daft Punk all over my house. It's an apartment. So good. It feels so good. Okay. Anyway, yeah, you see a good line. Hello, everyone. Oh, what's up, Akire? Thank you. We're going to do a lot of that today. We're just going to talk about some stuff, and then we're going to listen to some cool music. And I guess what I'll do is I'll start putting the song names and titles in my own notes so that I can put it at the end of the show so that people can get the whole thing. Because I'm not planning what songs. So, because the last time we did this, there were some songs that people can get the whole thing. Because I'm not planning what songs. So, because the last time we did this, there were some songs that people wanted, and I didn't do that. So, it's all about getting better. Also, one thing that I'm going to do, I make a lot of movies, as you know, and sometimes swimming in the pool of conspiracy gets really dark, and I'm a very light being. So, I'm going to move into being a DJ. Like, I have a friend who's a really good DJ, and I'm going to.
The conspiracies are too dark for Nick, so he's going to become a DJ. A DJ.
Teach me, because yes, I love Jamiroquai. We'll play some. I want to share good music with people. Like, it's very difficult to find good movies because you got to have a lot of time to watch them all. Same thing with music. So that's one thing that I'm also getting fulfilled in doing right now, is sharing with you guys good music. So, and I'm like a sound nerd, and these headphones are like incredibly super awesome. I put a lot of money into these headphones. Like, I can't have a studio where I'm blasting music and being able to hear it to where you're mastering. And I make music too. So these are, I invested in these because I really wanted to. And they're like, doing this is really enjoyable for me too, just so you know. And you're listening to this lossless. A lot of this music, lossless meaning when you're done with a song in the studio and then you compress it and you put it on a format for a CD or download or streaming, oftentimes it loses its quality because it gets.
You're retarded. There's no way you're sending a lossless, full quality audio through a Rumble live stream, you fucking retard. Of course it's compressed.
Compressed into a different file format, and it's just not as crisp as you can get it. Like
DJ Chugs Deek.
Directly from the studio. So lossless is very close, if not direct to that. There's streaming services that do have lossless.
Yeah, but you're not producing that. You cannot send that to Rumble.
Formats for your audio files out there. Audio files. Those are the people that love audio. I'm here in hopes of hearing PG is going to get his ass handed to him. What's up, Richie B27? Well, here's what we're going to do. And maybe we'll do it right now. Maybe that's a good segue. There's two things I want to show you. If you look in the show notes, you can download a Dropbox link. That is the motion to dismiss that my badass lawyers crafted over the last 2 months. And I guess when it's over, I will talk about how cool they are, the lawyers, because.
So basically, the lawyers are trying almost the exact same thing that the Scranton Times tried. Basically, like, he didn't state a claim, he didn't provide damages, he didn't do this, he didn't provide a way for you to. Even if this was true, there's no way for him to benefit. But that didn't work. If it didn't work for Scranton Times, it's not going to work for Nick. It's almost the exact same motion that they filed, and it didn't work for Scranton Times, right? That's not going to work right at this point. Now, if we get all the way to going to trial after discovery and shit, and we're at that point, it may work. But it's not going to work right now. No goddamn way. This is 5.5 hours long.
I don't want to say anything now, but I just really love him.
He's fucking his lawyers.
It's a team of two, and one in particular it's almost like he came. I'm not going to say too much right now, actually. I just really love him. So what we're going to do, if you want to click on that in the show notes.
I love my lawyers.
All right, let me show you. Also, if you want to recommend a song that you want me to play, if I like it, we'll do it. All right, can you see that? This was filed on 5/10, so you have access to it now. You can look at it very meticulously and understand the beautiful lingo, the verbiage that's being written, and the.
We've already read this.
The common sense enveloped in this is masterful. Being a lawyer is like being the Kobe Bryant. Being this lawyer is like being the Kobe Bryant of the NBA. Not all lawyers are created equal, in the same way that not all basketball players are created equal either. And don't you worry, we're gonna get dancing soon. I know. To some people, this is, oh my god, oh, it's legal jargon. Oh, but for me, it's $15,000 already, and that sucks. That's the only reason Phil did it. He did this to try and get me broke, and it's not working. Thankfully, a lot of people out there have helped. And
you said you made $50,000. You're telling people you make between $40,000 and $50,000 a month. Stop saying he's trying to break you. You've spent 15.
If you want to help, we're doing a fundraiser. It would be awesome if you could help me, because
fuck you and your fundraiser.
I don't even think I'm rich, but I do well. But I don't have like a shitload of money just to throw into this. And yeah, it could end soon. It could end soon. It could be that I'm the first one who wins out of the 3 lawsuits against this butthole. And
it's not going to end that quick, you fucking retard.
We're going to be celebrating.
$5,000 has been raised.
All right. Man, so, okay, look, I just want to go over everything first. I'm not going to read all 33 pages. I don't even know if I'm going to read anything to you.
Nobody donated today after this 5-hour stream.
33 pages.
Nobody.
Okay. In the beginning, you have the defendant's brief in support of a motion to dismiss. So plaintiff is Phil. Phil's first amended complaint. You read the preliminary argument. Currently, there are 3 active lawsuits initiated by Phil here. So
basically, there's not much change in this. What happened was they filed a motion to dismiss the complaint. The complaint was amended before their motion to dismiss even went in. So they had to do it again. Basically, the same thing. They've added a little bit to it. But it's motion to dismiss the amended complaint.
Lackawanna County. On the other side of each of those lawsuits,
I think Phil's only allowed to amend it once, though. The original complaint. I can't remember if that's in Pennsylvania. That's in a lot of places. But we did read that's only one.
Different group of defendants. All 3 defendant groups tell the same story. Plaintiff engaged in sexual relations with the minor and admittedly again when she became of age. 2. Plaintiff is a fraud. And 3. Plaintiff gained popularity and wealth by exploiting both the truth and those that believed in him. One defendant, irked by his perception of a local citizen's abuse and corruption, wrote an editorial published during the height of plaintiff's fame. We're talking about the Scranton Times here, Chris Kelly. Spurring the discovery of hundreds of pages of documents evidencing plaintiff's criminal acts. Another deeply scarred and embarrassed shared a different story, one involving plaintiffs first bestowing her with gifts and attention, only to then have sex with her when she was just 15 years old. Mr. Alvear came across these stories and later produced a documentary film depicting them. Plaintiff sued all 3, naming each of them liars during his weekly online broadcast. Douchebag alert. I'm gonna cuss a little bit. Just heads up. While the facts bear little on the motion before.
God, you're so. I don't even care that he's gay, dude. This charade is just tiring.
The court, this juxtaposition forces the court to take an initial position. Is plaintiff an innocent private citizen? Is Phil an innocent private citizen who, because of his controversial views and magnanimous personality,
he's not a private citizen in any way, shape, or form. He's already stated that he's a public figure.
Had his reputation wrongfully injured by defendants' baseless lies and wrongful statements? Or is plaintiff a gaslighting fraud who, after losing his professional license by betraying his client's trust, engaged in a global campaign disseminating misinformation, assembling a large enough audience from which to profit, and then later sell out, peddling pyramidal schemes, evaporating folks' respective lifetime investments, all after betraying his marital vows by having sex with a young woman, both before and after she was old enough to bed, and then betraying her by denying it ever happened. Damn! So that's like Kobe at the three-point line 3 times in a row. While admittedly flippant, this distinction is important. The single word plaintiff claims as defamatory from the previous sentence is before. That is also the central issue in this case. And the way they're telling the judge is like, yo, judge, this is how it is. I love that.
That's how all lawyers present a motion. This is our spin of the story. They're not some super duo that's like, this is how it is, judge.
Lawyers who really have a grasp on the situation, and the way they're telling the judge is like, yo, judge, this is how it is. I love that.
What? That's how they do it.
So what they're doing is looking at the complaints that have come from Phil's parties and his lawyer and Phil. And they're saying like there's 7 complaints. Like he's saying this. Nick said this, and this. I am basically a relayer of information that the public was already speaking of in large. There's no way that this lawsuit can be.
Actually, when you made your video, you said that you had new, that never before seen, never public information about all this. That was actually your pitch for doing the video.
Triggered against me as defaming him because he was already defamed is what I'm trying to say here. Oh, here it is. Okay. 1 second. I wonder if audio shares at the same time. Probably doesn't. Sorry, I just want to keep talking. Okay. So you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying here. Like Phil.
So he made it half a page.
Saying, oh, this is terrible. My reputation is being defamed. Your reputation was already defamed, brother. You're not even a brother. But anyway,
brother.
If you go back a year, you're around.
I mean, not a brother. You're not my brother.
The 30 truthers who were all threatened with lawsuits, me coming around, recycling all that info when no other info existed. There's no defamation. So this is what you're going to get when you're reading all the complaints being.
Which other truther made a public announcement that Phil and Carrie didn't have custody of their kids, which they do, a joint custody, but they couldn't have custody of their kids because the court system was afraid that they would fuck their own kids.
Challenged to a dismissal. And Phil out there, he's like, no.
Was that one of them? Which other truther rented fucking billboards where his kids go to school? Or passed out fucking pamphlets where his family lives, his children included?
You got to do discovery. You got to do this and that in order to, before you do a motion to dismiss. You don't. Evidently. So.
You don't. Evidently. I just found that out. Evidently. He's like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that for motion to... You can file a motion to dismiss at any time. Evidently. He didn't even know. You don't, evidently.
You can read this, and I invite you to. It's not that long. You'll go through...
It's 33 pages, I think.
You'll go through each one. So we just went through one. Here's 2 operative, factual, and procedural background. You get to get the background of the parties involved. It's really good. Statements of issues presented. So they put in all these like times that I was really aggressively saying he is a pedo or a fraud or all these things. Like they put screenshots of what I said online. And me looking back, like I was pretty loud about it. I wouldn't be so loud about it anymore. I was just pretty. Sometimes you gotta get loud.
Oh, you wouldn't be loud about it anymore? That's weird. So you're in. Why wouldn't you be loud about it now? If you were loud about it before, and then you were presented with a legal challenge on how loud you were about it, why wouldn't you be now? Are you admitting that you did something wrong? And that now you wouldn't do it that way? It's weird.
And I did. All right, so let's just, I know it's a little dizzying. I'm going to look for somewhere to stop.
Just going to look for somewhere to stop. Just wanted somewhere to stop here.
Yeah, look, everyone in Pennsylvania knows what Phil did during his lawsuit in 2010, how he tampered with evidence, aka told Bree that he would kill himself.
There was no lawsuit in 2010. Do you mean his legal battle? His criminal trial? Everybody knows what he did his lawsuit 20. That's not a lawsuit, bro.
The judges, district attorneys that were there, they all know what he did. And we're just going to see a snowball effect of
that's right, legend.
Smacked by the truth. And it's just going to be something beautiful to look forward to. That's all I got to say. So as you read this, you will get the whole enchilada. Yeah, it's there for you. It's there for you. You can read it all. And I know I just zoomed right through it all. But if you also want to help me out, we're doing a fundraiser.
5521. 55. Not a dime, bro. Not a dime. A lot of people wash their hands of Nick. I was going to say wipe their hands. That's a weird way to put it. Wash their hands of Nick when he kicked everybody out of his group that helped him put this together, right? Of all people, he even kicked Jennifer Winkler out. And she was like the one that was like going to bat for him and helping him understand legal documentation, right? She does like stuff for a state legislature, putting together bills and shit, but she understands legal jargon. She kicked him out because he kicked her out because she still watches me.
We're doing a fundraiser here. Hold on a second. Let me move this over here. And thank you, because the last time I did this, someone donated $500, and that was really sweet. And you put anonymous, so I don't even.
Yeah, it hasn't been the same though.
Know who you are, and it's really cool. Okay, yeah, it's showing. All right, sweet. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's donated. Like, this is super helpful. It helps me continue living, and it helps me fight this fight. I've received some really nasty emails from people when I do email out from Good Lion TV. Keep in mind when I made.
Yeah, because most people would just be like, okay, here's this. If you want to donate on their live stream. They don't use their mail. Did the people? First of all, here's a legal question. The people at Good Lion that signed up for your service and gave you their email, did they consent to you sending out begging emails for fundraisers? Because if they didn't consent to that, that's a class action lawsuit against you, bro.
The greatest show on earth, a lot of the Phil cult following started to support me, and then they all dipped out. He gave them all refunds. So some of them are still on my email list, and that's why I get these nasty emails from some of them. And then it balances out with a lot of love that I get from people. So it's been a great boot camp for me in my life, because it's not too often that you get a lot of hate. I've been getting a lot of love for the last 4 years, and it's not too often that all of a sudden you're like one of the most hated people in someone's life, or many someone. It's insane. It's like a snowball, and all I can think about is why. And then God tells me it's like what He's always told me. This is boot camp, because I'm not just gonna stay here and do this, make movies in this community. This is my stomping grounds, and you'll get to see that, which is really exciting for both of us, because there's going to be a time where you'll see what I mean. I won't be known as Nick Alviar who makes movies for the truther movement. It's gonna escalate to bigger levels, and I'm excited for you guys to see that. So if you want to help me out, this is how you donate. If you want to donate an incredible amount, which shout out to, I don't even know if I can do this yet. I won't say it. I won't do that yet. But there have been people who have donated
incredible amounts,
and an amount that was just too much to put on here, and because this takes 2% off or something. So yeah, thank you. Just thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it did suck to see to have the false perception that people weren't supportive. I just was too limited in my outreach, and then once I started reaching out more and giving people the opportunity, I saw how many people really did support. So that's that. It's going to be exciting when he loses all of them, because the story's not over. It's just on pause.
I honestly think that he will probably lose 2 of them, and he has the best chance he has of winning any of them is yours. And I think it's funny that you're so oblivious to that fact. Show me where Chris Kelly went out of his way to rent. I mean, he wrote his newspaper article, right? Show me where he went out of his way to promote it. Show me where he told people that Phil couldn't have custody of his kids because he'd fuck them. Show me where you went way above and beyond.
All right. So gonna look at the comments and then we're gonna play some songs. And then we'll go into.
To be fair, I don't care who wins. I hope it costs them both millions of dollars, drains their fucking bank account or whatever. But if we're looking at this objectively from like a legal standpoint, I think Bree's probably the safest. Then the Scranton Times, and then several orders of magnitude towards you're going to lose is Nick's case.
We can go into one or two things. I'm sure people want an update from this Mike Gill situation. Like, what the fuck happened there? Maybe if Script comes on, I invited him. He will so say something. Come on.
Anybody near me looking to buy a camper? My sister's got a camper for sale. And they're actually, she doesn't want to tote it to Kentucky, so they're going to make a really good deal on it to somebody. If anybody's interested, but you have to be obviously near me.
Come on with me in 15 or 20. If you know who Mike Gill is, I'll just give you a very brief cliff note, and then we'll go into it deeper if Script Keeper comes on. But Mike Gill was someone I really actually respected. You know, like I took his advice. We would talk on the phone for like 3 hours, and he's been this and that. Oh, cool, Script Keeper, come on. And then all of a sudden he started calling out Script Keeper, saying Script Keeper was a millionaire, and because Script Keeper had a link tree with a shop with merch, he's a rapper. He like got the intensity, the rage of Mike Gill, and I defended my boy. I defended him. So I text Gill. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Going out on Script like this all day? Like, what's wrong with you? Do you know he's really respected? Like, and you're making.
But now you're not with Script, right? We've seen your text messages about how you think that he was an operative working for the other side and Scott McKay.
Yourself look like a fool. Like, he's not a millionaire. And then and he calls me and he's like, do you have something you want to say to me? And I was like, yeah, dude, I think you're crazy. I think you're fucking crazy. What are you doing? And then he was just mumbling weirdness. Like who are you now? Like, who is this angry man? And then all of a sudden, I became a Flynn Network federal agent, and he's just nonstop on Twitter, on X, repeating that and trying to get people to believe it. It's so fucking weird. So we'll have Script Keeper on so he can vent about it, because we all need a little vent. You ever been in a car when it was hot out and you didn't put the window down? You get a little hot and muggy. You got to vent a little. Get a little ventilation.
Oh, it was. I'm sorry. It was Z that he did the message about. He's talking about Script. That was my bad.
Okay, let's listen to some cool fucking songs. And hey, sorry if I'm cussing and it bothers you. Sometimes I just do that. I don't mean any harm. I'm just cussing.
They just bought it. So they just bought it 3 months ago for $23,000. They've got it listed for 20, and I'm pretty sure they're motivated to make a deal better than that. It's a 2022 Coleman Dutchman, and it is 29.5 feet bumper pull.
I don't know. I'll try not to. All right. This next song we're going to play is from Frank Moody. And sometimes I love a song without realizing the lyrics, and then I hear the lyrics, and I love the song even more. So sometimes I think it's my intuition without knowing what it's about, but actually knowing and then going to look. So
love the song, then I hear the lyrics.
Script.
Would you just love the title?
This is Flesh and Blood by Frank Moody. Okay. And he's not, dude, what are you doing? If Script Keeper comes on. Fuck happened there. Maybe if Script comes on, I invited him. He will so say something. Come on. Come on with me in 15 or 20. If you know who Mike Gill is, I'll just give you a very brief cliff note, and then we'll go into it deeper if Script Keeper comes on. But Mike Gill was someone I really actually respected. You know, like I took his advice. We would talk on the phone for like 3 hours, and he's been this and that. Oh, cool, Script Keeper, come on. And then all of a sudden he started calling out Script Keeper, saying Script Keeper was a millionaire, and because Script Keeper had a link tree with a shop with merch, he's a rapper. He like got the intensity, the rage of Mike Gill, and I defended my boy. I defended him. So I text Gill. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Going out on Script like this all day? Like, what's wrong with you? Do you know?
Here's his post that must be about Z, I guess. It says, you could tell a lot of angry people out there have lost awareness of themselves. Ego has taken them by storm. Angry that things aren't the way they had wished them to be, or as they were told they'd become. These piranhas are biting for blood upon anyone who triggers a differing opinion from theirs. They have lost their way and hope to reach fame by being an attacking force of hatred, a constant finger-pointing blame. These fuck-ups have helped me realize it's time to level up and enter a new audience. Without these lost souls, I'd never realized it was time to move onward and upward. Yeah. Is that about him? I don't know. Could be. Could be.
You know, he's really respected. Like, and you're making yourself look like a fool. Like, he's not a millionaire. And then and he calls me and he's like, do you have something you want to say to me? And I was like, yeah, dude, I think you're crazy. I think you're fucking crazy. What are you doing? And then he just was just mumbling weirdness. Like, who are you now? Like, who is this angry man? And then all of a sudden, I became a Flynn Network federal agent, and he's just nonstop on Twitter, on X, repeating that and trying to get people to believe it. It's so fucking weird. So we'll have Script Keeper on so he can vent about it, because we all need a little vent. You ever been in a car when it was hot out and you didn't put the window down? You get real hot and muggy. You got to vent a little, get a little ventilation.
Wow.
Okay. Let's listen to some.
It could. So the way I look at it is, it could 100% be about Z. It could also be about me. You know what I mean?
Well, fucking
like angry, finger pointing, calling people out.
I don't mean any harm. I'm just cussing. I don't know. I'll try not to. All right. This next song we're going to play is from Frank Moody. And sometimes I love a song without realizing the lyrics, and then I hear the lyrics and I love the song even more. So sometimes I think it's my intuition without knowing what it's about, but actually knowing and then going to look. So I'm sharing sound, and I'll get the link to Script. This is Flesh and Blood by Frank Moody.
Jesus, more music.
Where I create a station. YouTube. So good, huh? Isn't that so good? So good. Here's a way you can discover new music. If you work out in the morning, or if you commute to your work, or if you're on a bus, or whatever, if you're a headphone listener, and you have like Apple Music or Spotify or YouTube, I don't know if YouTube does this, but on Apple Music, you can play a song that you like one of these, for example, and then create a station. And then it'll just like play things that are like that song. And then you'll be like, never heard this before. This is fucking awesome. And then you get down a rabbit hole of music. And so for a long time, I was just listening to music from the 70s. Like, I just hung out where I was comfortable. And that's, if I had a time machine, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd be in the 70s smoking weed. Like, and weed wasn't so strong back then. And maybe I wouldn't be smoking weed. Maybe I'd be doing acid. But I think I'd love.
Oh, this is the video I was talking about the other day. I wanted to show you. I was talking about this video the other day, and we didn't get a chance to see it. So this video is 100% fake. I know people have seen it. Somebody even sent it to me, but it's 100% fake. So he's got some ramen noodles. Throws it under his microscope. So what are those? You see the bugs moving? What do we have here? Those are dust motes, and he left the dust still on there. So dust motes exist in dust, especially dust has been there for a while, but they can exist in other dust. They're kind of harmless to people, but those are dust motes. So what he's done is he's taken some dust that had dust motes in it and just rubbed it on it. You can still see the dust on it, and then try to blow some and clean some of the dust off. Those are dust motes. They wouldn't even eat this, or there's no reason for them to be on this. This is fake as fuck. But there is microplastics in ramen noodles, like everything else. I guess he just made it to make it go viral. But there's dust mites in dust, and they don't do anything to humans, basically. They just exist. Unless you're allergic, sure. These are dust mites. He's just gotten a sample of, that's all he's done, is gotten a sample of dust mites. And put them on ramen noodles, I guess, to make a viral video, which I guess it worked, but.
Loving people in that time. Loving people today is kind of difficult because they're all like fucking, everyone's like, they're on the phone all the time. And sometimes that's the only way you can get love. And then it's not even the most potent kind of love. So.
What?
I think I'd love loving people in that time. Loving people today is kind of difficult because they're all like fucking, everyone's like, they're on the phone all the time. And sometimes that's the only way you can get love. And then it's not even the most potent kind of love. So, yeah. All right. So.
Is he admitting to phone sex? That's not even the most potent love, but that's the only way I can get it sometimes.
We're going to play another song, and then we're going to have a conversation with Script Keeper. And maybe if he's got some time, we'll chew the fat on the conspiracy topic of the day, which I teased you guys with last week, and I want to tease you again. There's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and
what?
Tease you again. There's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and there's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and there's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and there's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and there's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and It's there's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and he's all about this. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and there's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and there's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now. He's on X, and there's a guy named Ashton Forbes. He's so hot right now.
What is this? Who is this? Dude, just do it. Just come out. We're over it.
He's on X, and he's all about this. He's all about this Malaysian flight 370. The videos are going to tickle you in a place that only really juicy conspiracies can. So I want you to get excited for that. What? No sound? No, you're tripping. There's no music right now. You can hear me, right, Rhonda? All right, cool. We're just going to play another song anyway, so. Ooh. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. There's so many good ones. I save them. I do favorites on them. And, okay, since we're on that tip of like a little high vibe, we're going to go into Chromeo. Chromeo is kind of like Daft Punk.
Here's the guy he's talking about, the Ashton Forbes that he thinks is so hot right now. And the videos he's using in the background are the videos that we just watched them. We just watched people prove them as fake with stock footage. He calls himself the world's leading most expert on, I guess because he looks smart, but he's a fucking retard. It's easy to do that. Don't tell me to stop anything. I'll just do it more.
I'm Ashton Forbes, and I'm the world's leading expert on the MH370 videos. I have over 100.
But these videos right here that you're showing are 100% fake. 100%.
70 million impressions.
This is a still image. This is a filter that's supposed to make it look like it's thermal.
On X over the last 9 months. This is a message to all.
Nothing here is this is a still image.
All major media. If you want to prove these videos are fake, now is your chance. You can bring any number of experts and I will debate them all at once. I welcome a debate.
Even this smoke trail in this video is a sprite trail that you can get off DaVinci Resolve.
I'm trying to reach the largest audience possible with.
He's trying to go viral.
This information.
And retards like Nick are helping him.
Over 80 podcast appearances under my belt on this topic. I am ready to go. My goal is to reveal the truth of MH370 to the world and the forbidden technology that the United States and other governments are hiding, which includes gravitational and space and free energy. If you think I'm promoting a crazy free energy and space-time manipulation and free energy, if you think I'm promoting a crazy conspiracy theory, then what is there to be afraid of? Make it happen.
Why would, when everything's been disproven that you're showing, why would anybody bring you on just so you could peddle those same things that are disproven? What is this video? MH370 conclusively suffered a fire emergency event related to 487 pounds of dangerous lithium-ion batteries on board. The scenario is supported by 2 videos, 19 witnesses, the flight path, technical data, and a mayday call. The plane went dark at 1721 UTC. The same time, Mike McKay saw the plane on fire from an oil rig. 9 witnesses along the coast heard loud noises. The pilot took manual control of the plane and turned back to Penang, the closest airport to land the B777. It was recently determined that the radar data shows the plane doing an emergency descent as it turned back, consistent with the fire event depressurization of the plane to provide the passengers enough oxygen to breathe. Since the Halon 1301 fire extinguisher device to suck oxygen out of the plane, 8 fishermen in a boat corroborate the descent, seeing the plane flying low off the coast of Thailand, Malaysia, 10 minutes after it goes dark around 1730 UTC. At the same time, another 777 pilot hears a communication from the pilots of MH370 indicating communications were not dead. Malaysian Minister of Defense proved they had communications by saying his interview with the military knew the plane wasn't hostile, which is only possible communication. That's why they didn't send up jets. They have withheld classified communications from the public. We wondered why the plane didn't land at Penang, and now we have the answer. The power being out prevented them from dumping the fuel to reach the maximum landing weight. A blog post from Jeff Wise on 5/16/2016 mentions this, as does the Alexander in the comments. The plane couldn't land on the ground because it had too much fuel, so the next option to fly manual to land in the water. The plane may have been directed to the coordinates in MH370 video by the United States military. The crew may have attempted to turn back on the power, unable to dump the fuel prior to the water landing, which could explain the SDU login at 1825 UTC. The MH370 videos show the true fate of the plane. We can see at low altitude attempting an emergency descent in the ocean, which is corroborated by Kate T. The witness is in a location where we see the coordinates of the satellite video. The landing attempt is corroborated by a third source. The China Times only reported Mayday call at 2:43 a.m., equivalent to 18:43 UTC in Malaysian local time, roughly the same time KT saw the plane. The intercepted Mayday stated that MH370 was disintegrating and attempting an emergency landing. The Chinese were trying to tell the world what happened. The tiny amount of debris found is only consistent with the scenario. The plane could have terminated in the South Indian Ocean and had debris wash up in Africa. But some of the debris has clear visible scorch marks on it. An empty B777 fire suppression bottle even washed up in Maldives. The story was covered up because the United States used secret advanced technology on the plane that they could not allow to be disclosed to the public. We have real warp drive capabilities, he says.
Hello, everybody. This is Ashton Forbes, here to bring you the MH370.
I guess the glasses and he's wearing a collared shirt. I guess people think he's an expert. I don't know what his background is, but it's clearly not in video manipulation. Or he would know, and maybe he does know, that they're fake.
Flight Path Explainer. The plane takes off at 1642 UTC from Kuala Lumpur, headed to Beijing. At 1719 UTC, the pilot says, "Good night, Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. Around 1721 UTC, a lithium-ion battery fire explosion occurs and is seen by Mike McKay on an oil rig 300 miles away. He sees fire.
Nobody knows about this battery thing. One person on an oil rig said it. Who cares?
For 5 to 10 seconds. 9 witnesses along the coast hear loud noises at the same time. The plane goes dark. In the case of a fire, the first response is to pull the main buses and restore the circuits one by one until you've isolated the bad one. If they pulled the buses, the plane would go silent. The plane heads towards Penang, Langkawi International Airport. The pilot knew the train was friendlier towards Langkawi, which was also closer than Kuala Lumpur. At 1730 UTC, there's a communication with another pilot who hears the voice of one of the pilots of MH370. At the same time, 8 fishermen on a boat 10 miles off the coast see the plane flying unusually low, consistent with a depressurization emergency event attempting to provide oxygen for the passengers. The Malaysian Minister of Defense claims the plane was not identified, but admits they knew it was a non-hostile civilian airliner. The plane flies over Langkawi at 1752 UTC when the co-pilot's cell phone pings a cell tower. The plane doesn't land either due to the fire or because they have communicated a rendezvous point. The plane continues to the Nicobar Islands until around 1840 UTC when a witness, Kate T, sees a glowing orange plane with dark smoke coming out of it.
A glowing orange plane.
This is consistent with the crew battling the lithium battery fire with halon fire suppression devices, releasing bromine, a halogen gas.
So her boat's all the way over here, and she says she sees a glowing orange plane in the middle of the night. Glowing orange. Now,
Soon
these
after,
videos,
the videos begin.
Are fake. 1,000% fake.
They show smoke coming out of the back of the plane, consistent with the fire. The plane is descending in the videos, consistent with an intercepted Chinese.
You cannot tell at all if the plane's descending or not. When we're looking at this, we have no relevancy to what's up, what's down. For all we know, the plane could be inverted, and we have no idea. All you can see is sky.
He's only reported communication that claims the plane was attempting an emergency landing and disintegrating. The plane's altitude is low in the videos, as proven by the cumulus clouds that only form between 1,000 and 5,000 feet, also consistent.
The clouds in your video are a still image, a stock photo.
What the witness is citing.
Probably. MonkeyWorks is a fucking psychopath. I used to like MonkeyWorks. Then he went super fucking conspiracy and uber religious. Wait till you see the shockwave. That shockwave right there. So this is all you need to know these videos are fake. First of all, these are supposed to be the same video. One from the ground and one from a drone in thermal. Okay? First of all, this is not thermal. This is a filter that is used to make things look like they're in thermal. You can do it in DaVinci Resolve. It's a color shift filter. And if you were just doing it for like a video, like a joke, a YouTube video or whatever, and you don't know what thermal actually looks like, this is not thermal. 100% it's not. Second of all, when we see this sonic boom right here, when the plane disappears, that sonic boom right there, that is a stock video element that you can purchase. 100% matches up perfectly with one that's on the marketplace. So why would a stock video asset from 2007 be in this totally real video? Because it's not fucking real.
They're a duo. I think they're from LA. One's from LA. One is Italian, but I don't know. I think they met in LA. And they've been making music for 10 years plus. Pay attention. Because he's been waiting in the room for a while. And, wait, hold up, bro. I'm gonna bring you on script because I don't know what you're saying right now. What is this? Can you say it to them? Can you say it to me and us? Hold on. Yo, we are welcoming in the script keeper, the keeper of scripts. He might just be doing something else right now, or because he's been waiting in the room for a while, and I just let him in. So,
the dick tickler, the tickler of dicks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. Start video.
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Oh, what's up?
Oh, they took my earpiece out, bro. The earpiece.
Script keeper, the receipt keeper. Perfect.
Let me see if I can get it to work again.
Yeah, do it again because there's a lag. The audio I think is lagged.
Check. They don't want to let me rock, bro.
They don't want to let you rock. Oh, now you're good. Hold on, let me just end my shout out to my mom real quick. Mom, thanks for being here. You can leave now. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, and thanks for giving me life and giving me drive, because I think you're the one with drive. Dad has a consistency, but you're the one with drive. So thank you. Yeah, what's up, Script? How are you? What's good, man?
I'm good, man. I'm trying to get this earpiece to work, man. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can get it to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So everyone, that was Chromeo. We just heard fantastic group, super talented. Man, there's going to be a really cool music festival happening in Tennessee. It's called Bonnaroo. That's happening in a couple weeks. Some of the bands that I'll share are going to...
Do I need to explain why his headset won't work? His headset won't work because he hasn't given permission. Each audio or video device that you change when you enter whatever, Rumble Studio or Streamlabs or any, you have to give each one permission. And he's clicked through it and not given that one permission. Now, he could go into settings and give it permission manually. It would work perfectly. But I hate troubleshooting everybody else's streams. You guys got to keep up with me.
Be playing there. So if you're thinking about going and you want to kind of, if you are going, then you'll...
Let me run an idea by you, okay? I want to keep it kind of vague. But let me run an idea by you and see if you think it'd be a good first video to launch a new channel, okay? Phallic-shaped silicone molds, air cannon, and a fake human head. What do you think?
You'll know who you want to listen to. Are you ready? Oh, yeah, Chromeo. Yeah.
What's up, Mama Lion?
Mama Lion. It's kind of interesting how my mom just jumps in. I'm like, what's up? This is cool. So,
I've been trying to think. I know I've got the One Wheel project to do and stuff, but I've been trying to think of like what would be a video that may get like some views from people just reading the title, because it would be cool, it'd be catchy, people want to click on it, that can make some really good short clips to put like on YouTube Shorts and TikTok and possibly draw people over. And I think if I build an air cannon and shoot, see if I can make a deadly dildo.
Yes, yeah, it's almost like when I play piano as a kid and she'd show up, I'd freeze up a bit, like, oh, my mom's here listening.
I'm already printing the molds.
Like, because this is different, but yeah, so all right, let's introduce everyone into this crazy world of ours that continues to get really weird. It's something that we don't plan, it's something that we don't want, but I think I'm gonna play a video that describes exactly what I think is going on with some people. And it's a short one, it's a clip from a movie, and it is a little, it's a little confident and arrogant.
All movies are true. That's how they make them.
With reason. I'm just being arrogantly humble, I guess. All right, hold on. I just have to play this before we go into it because it's funny. Do you know what I'm gonna play? Can you guess? Good.
Emotional damage.
No, not even. All right, no, but it's kind of there. All right, it will cause them emotional damage. Okay, here we go.
Apparently, Dave Skylark.
They're so sweet on each other.
Will be interviewing the dictator of North Korea.
100 bucks. Skylark thinks he's the guy from Gangnam Style. Seen glorification of a brutal dictator. This is a man who tortures, terrorizes, and starves his own people. Skylark is beneath this. Meow. What a fucking bitch, am I right?
No, you're not right. He's not being a bitch. He's completely...
They hate us because they ain't us.
Right? He's motherfucking peanut butter and jealous.
He's not jealous.
He's putting KY jealous all over his dick.
What is there to be jealous of?
Fuck is hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because we ain't us? The fuck does an anus have to do with
They
this?
hate us because they ain't us.
That's not what it is.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. They hate us because we is us, and what we is doing is fucking terrible.
They fucking hate us because they ain't
Stop
us.
saying that.
Hate us because they ain't us.
They don't hate us because they ain't us. They don't hate us.
I'm used to what they hate us because they ain't us.
Stop it. Don't say it again.
Baby, haters gonna hate. And haters gonna hate.
All right, yeah, then yeah, that was a Nancy Pelosi thing where she was going to try and assassinate Trump in front of everyone, Joffrey style.
Yeah. What about the email?
Good night.
What?
That's when they were trying to kill everybody too. When they what they had to do? They had to do the Nancy Pelosi message. Remember in the palm?
Yeah, that was a Nancy Pelosi thing where she was going to try and assassinate Trump in front of everyone, Joffrey style.
Yeah. What about the email intercepts with Paul Ryan and Mike Pence?
What happened there?
Oh, we're going to get rid of Trump. Like they were literally talking about getting rid of him.
This has been the craziest. We've been on the craziest ride to see that people want to kill the president so badly. That must mean that the president's doing something really good. Really good.
Oh, yeah.
So
you got
huh?
Go ahead.
In a similar regard, I think that's why we get hated, because we're out there doing the right thing, and then we somehow get attacked. So what happened recently? Mike Gill is the guy who has a YouTube channel that is all about New Hampshire corruption.
So would you say the people that wanted to kill Hitler were just jealous and he was doing something really good? Well, you probably would. Never mind. I should have asked that.
Mike Gill lost everything. He used to be a multimillionaire. His net worth was $300 million, and he was really good at betting on horses, horse riding, whatever.
So Paul Ryan, I don't think I haven't seen anything that says Paul Ryan wanted to get rid of Trump. Paul Ryan contacted Pence to say, hey man, I know Trump is saying for some reason that you have constitutional authority to overturn his laws. You realize you do not, right? But Pence already knew this. He did not have the authority to overturn the election results.
It's called, and he owned one of the largest mortgage companies in volume, I guess, in the United States. And his story is that he found out that there was a massive network of corruption going on through New Hampshire, where drug cartels, which you can assume that sex trafficking was part of it, were funneling money, laundering money through organizations like auto companies that you could go buy cars at. Or I don't remember the bigger picture of where else, but he ended up calling a bunch of people drug lords, cartel lords, and putting their faces on billboards. Hey, that's kind of what we did once, but not like that. And then they sued him for defamation, and he started to lose everything from his family to his wealth. And now he lives in a hotel room, and he's a very cranky old man. When you look at him on X, if you
I think Mike Pence called and talked to Dan Quayle too over this.
He's wrong, or you're like, hey Gil, what's up with your shirt today? You'll get blocked. Anything you say will get you blocked. I was blocked when I first got in the picture because I thought he's saying he's got these papers that'll help Trump. Why isn't he?
Wait, both you fucktards had me blocked. It's weird.
Bringing them out. So I was very adamant, can you please show the receipts, sir? Please show the receipts. And there aren't any. And so he blocked me. And then Michelle Moore was cool with me. And then I got to speak to him. It's a whole different thing than hearing him yell on a podcast. So fast forward 3 months, I'm supposed to make a Mike Gill movie because I thought it'd be juicy. And then I started to see he was becoming very aggressive online, too aggressive. Every time I come on X, he'd be biting somebody. There's always a new victim. And then one day the victim was Script. And I'm like, how the fuck is Script a victim now all of a sudden? This is crazy. And I looked into it and I saw that he was saying Script was a millionaire, which Script at one point, I think he must have been a millionaire at one point.
Not a millionaire. I mean, I had a little bit of money, but you do stupid stuff. You fuck around, you pay the price, and that's what I did. I mean, Gil knows all about that. The feds take it, the government takes it, the court system takes it, whatever it is. You fuck around, you that's what it is. I mean, there's no way around it. But yeah, no, I'm in a nice two bedroom apartment. I'm on a lake. I'm not by the beach. Bringing my parents down here so I can get them out of New York. And it's so funny. He's going, oh, you're moving down to Sarasota next to General Flynn. You're in your new mansion, and I'm like, it's a mini mansion and it's a building and there's other people that live in this mini mansion.
Right. And his sheer confidence is what I find so, I don't know the word. It's just so baffling how he can be so confident and go out there and say these things. It makes sense why he's in a hotel room with nothing.
I mean, look, this is the way I look at it, because I know a bunch of people. We actually know somebody. When you have a lot of money, right, and you start losing that money, and I mean losing that money, it just starts disappearing through the courts taking it, the feds taking it, whoever it is. What happens is you will tend to lash out and say things that you normally wouldn't say. You'll act a different way than you normally act. Your whole character changes. And subsequently with that, it was because we brought the receipts, and all those receipts, basically it was just piled into a nice, beautiful movie, and everybody, you didn't have to go crazy to find this receipt. We didn't have to go, here, look, here's the receipts. It was just laid out for everybody perfectly. So I think the fact that, but this is how it started. I woke up, everybody's like, have you seen Dave Snedeker's podcast? And, and I was paying attention. I was watching the whole thing, but I wasn't getting involved. You know what I mean? I'm not going to jump out the window for anybody unless somebody says something really, really nasty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll say something. So, they were having their beef, Mike and Dave, and that's their beef. They're two grown men. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to jump in. I don't need to take sides. This isn't fucking kindergarten. When it's a personal beef, you sit out and you play neutral.
I've got two badass friends that'll eat you up if you say anything about me. well, they're two grown men. You know, they're going back and forth at each other, and I don't need to pick sides.
Learned a lot. I've been attacked. This is probably, well, Gil will be my 12th person that's attacked me and like tried to come at me, and I'm still here. I just don't.
Well,
and it makes me even more wittier when I deal with shit like that. Like, but he just didn't understand. Like, I woke up and somebody's like, "Did you see what they said about Michelle Moore? They called her a whore."
Yeah, he loves script. It's some type of weird crush. It's bad. It is.
The power of Christ compels you to give little Bert a little kiss.
So I jumped right in the comments and was like, nobody should be calling Michelle a whore. Like, chill the fuck out. Like when I stood up for Crash with Phil, I did the same thing. Like, Phil, shut the fuck up, stop calling her Karen. She's just asking you questions, relax. You know, it was like the same thing. And they were beefing, but I put right at the top, I'm remaining neutral. I brought up two things. I said, well, you know, 40,000 ain't a lot. Go to Give, Send, Go, or GoFundMe, whatever it is. You know, they're not making fucking millions. The guy's in a hotel room, whatever. So I said what I said. And then I didn't get to watch Dave's whole entire part. I caught like pieces of it. And I was like, damn. Then he went fucking in with the receipts. So I reached out to some of my people that are in the horse world. Like, I have people that like really do that shit. And they're not involved with, you know, they don't own horses, but they're involved in every part of it, from training the horses to the regimens.
They don't own horses, but they're involved in every part of it, except for owning horses.
They go through the brutal training that they do with these horses. That's number one. Just understand what I'm trying to tell you. When I started looking and I found out all this shit, and it's there. You guys can go search yourself. I'm like, you can see everything. His techniques were considered uncommon. His techniques, what he did with his horses was, yeah, bro, like you can read the articles. They kicked him out of Parks Racing. I think it was Penn Racing back then. But they kicked him out of there. He said it was because they were arrogant, pump as fuck. But I believe they found something. And the way his attitude is, the way that he attacks people and just jumps at people, I think that has a lot to do with it too. Now, I was guilty of that when I first started talking and speaking out. Like, I would say, what do you mean you don't see Joe Biden's earlobe hanging over here? And 5 years earlier it was connected and now it's hanging. What do you mean? And I used to get mad at people and I would yell at people in the live stream on Instagram. Right. So then, you know, this is before I totally came back to God and everything. After that, I was like, okay, I need to be more patient. I need to let people ask questions. I need to like sit there and just go, okay, all right, let me see what's up. And first of all, anybody that's posting pictures, anybody that is putting stuff up and trying to say that Nick is this and Nick is that, the funny part is this, and your discernment sucks. All of you people that say you have discernment and you're great at vetting people and all that.
So basically, if we're talking about Mike Gill and horse racing, it has to do with doping. So when I first looked into this, basically Mike Gill bought a racing stable back in like the 80s. And at first, he wasn't. It just seemed like he wasn't winning like all of them. You know, he was probably doing below average. Then he hires this. He fired a trainer. This is like in the 90s now because he was there for like 10 years. He fired one of his trainers, and he trained instead, and of having like a well-respected trainer. And when he fired this trainer, the very first horse race that ran, his horse tested positive for like doping, right? The very first, when he took out, so like he has this respectable horse trainer and he's not doing great. He fires him. Then almost immediately, the very first race he runs after he fires him, he gets busted for doping the horse. Then they found, apparently investigators started investigating like the horse race committee investigators, and they found syringes, hypodermic syringes, and injectable drugs. Now, there is this weird thing, much like athletes can dope, depending on what sport. Athletes can dope if they're injured or not currently competing. Like in the off season, they're not training, they're not subject to drug tests. But you got to be clean by the time you go to fight. Now, it depends on what sports you're in. So the UFC does randoms, even when you haven't matched, as long as you're like up to date and you could take a match. Other ones do it at different times. They do it all the time, or they just do it when you're competing, or pre-fight, post-fight, pre-race, post-race. But in the horse world, I don't think they're ever supposed to have any dope of any kind, any drugs in them. But they found these drugs. Mike Gill blamed it on the trainer that he just fired. That's what happened. So when they found the drugs, stop spamming the same shit in my chat. We're not even fucking talking about that. Fuck off. Anyways, when they found the drugs, he blames it on the trainer he just fired and said, yeah, I fired him, but we still share like a tack room, like where we keep saddles and ropes and whatever, a tack room. Now then, Mike was apparently suspended for a certain amount of time, a few months or some shit. But then they extended his suspension because he was suspended for like, let's say 90 days. It was like 2 or 3 months, something, right? But then he was supposed to pay $1,000 fine or $5,000 fine, something small if you own a horse team, right? If you own a horse team, it seemed like it would be a small fine. He didn't pay the fine, so they extended his suspension for 3 years, 5 years, something like that, because he didn't pay a very, 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 very small fine. So that's his story with. That's as far as I can. I don't know if he ever came back. Well, I mean, he came back recently, but I don't know if he came back anytime. He came back in like 2007, 2008, and this is from like the 90s. But yeah, I don't know if he changed anything. Huh.
If that's the case, you guys suck. Because you were on the phone with Nick all the time. Hey, Nick, can we do this? Email, text me. Hey, let's go on live stream. Let's do this. Let's do that. So your discernment sucks.
Yeah, this is true. Miss Michelle Moore was like she was planning on meeting up with me in person, and this thing happened to her eye. I don't know, but and she was going to rent us out an Airbnb for Mike Gill, and I was planning on how to get Mike Gill down. All these.
No one said anything about trans rights, human rights, trans people. Nothing. This person just spammed the fucking chat.
Things. Weird. This is what their go-to is, and what a lot of the lazy folk have a mentality of is, oh, well, Nick got let out of J6 real easily, huh? So he must be a Fed. If you even did a lick of research, you'd see a lot of people were let out pretty easily. Not everyone. Not everyone went to jail. Yeah, not everyone went to jail for a long time. A lot of people actually, and of all of them, I filmed it all. So when I got arrested, I went in there, and they're like, "You're looking at 15, 20 years, kid." And I'm like, "Shit, how can I fight this?" And then I had the footage, and they tried to erase that footage because they took all my gear. But it was a month before I got arrested, and I backed it all up. I came out, and I presented it, and they were like, "This, if it goes to trial, we're going to lose because he didn't do this charge, that charge, this charge, this charge." So what they had to do was give me a plea deal, and I accepted responsibility for something that I did that was illegal, which is called parading in a Capitol building. Marijuana in Hold on one second. Marijuana is legal, but smoking in a federal building is not. They didn't want to open that can of worms, so they didn't even go there. They didn't want to see what happened. And so this is why I got let out. And the people out there, like even Crash now, like who are saying I'm a Fed because I got let out early. Come on.
Here we go.
Come on.
I mean, I'm just going to say this. The reason why Nick got that deal is because 90% of the people that are in D.C. did not have their own cameras. They didn't have their own film. They didn't have their own footage to use as leverage and enter in. I mean, Mike Gill and everybody should know about this because they're always in court, right? Enter in as evidence. Yeah. He could submit that as evidence. Like, hey, I smoked a joint over here. They're like, so this guy just smoked it. Did he go into like where Congress, sits? Was he in that area? No. Was he over here? No. Did he break a window? No. Did he break this? Do we have him on footage breaking anything?
Right. And I had no priors. I didn't even have a speeding ticket.
Oh yeah.
So I was a good boy to their eyes. And when you are a good boy, then you get a chance at bond. And that's what allowed me to get out. I had ankle monitor on for a year. It has not been easy. So what we're seeing is people attacking aggressively with no knowledge or research. It's really at this point.
That's basically you guys. Right. Remember when you all attacked me and said that I worked for Phil and that I was never part of this and me and Pebbles were pedos and all that? Yeah, that's basically you guys.
Defend an ego or a group ego. And it seems like Crash and Michelle are defending the ego group of Mike Gill because they think it's connected to Trump. So they think they're doing the right thing. So they're allowing themselves to reduce their morals and they're being too aggressive about one goal that is blinding them from being human. Like I've texted Michelle Moore and I'm like, Michelle, you're his friend. And I was his friend. And he's doing all this bullshit now. Can you say something to him? And now she's starting to say, well, he got let out early. He got let out early, so maybe he's a Fed. I'm like, you've been talking to a Fed on the phone for hours then.
Yeah, and that means every conversation, everything you've ever discussed. If that's the case, then you're not good at vetting. You're not good at doing your job then because you probably gave some vital information to Nick that could probably bury certain people. Like I still have DMs from certain, I'm not even going to mention names. I have DMs from certain people that told me shit about fucking Mike, and I didn't fucking put up one screenshot. Do you know why? Because I know when I outweigh on fucking bullshit. That's why I didn't put him up. And if you want me to, I'll put him up. So don't take put him out now. And you know who I'm talking to. Because we weren't the ones that started those rumors about Mike. I got that in a message about Mike. So like, and I left it at this. I said I was being neutral.
Gasoline.
And then all of a sudden, you need to pick a side. What? Who, you Phil Galuski now? You can't question the intel? I can't just sit back and fucking be like, I don't want to be involved with your bullshit?
Yeah, it's almost like in our conversations privately, and I'll share it with everyone else, is like, I feel like we might have started this. But people were talking shit about other people before. But the energy and popularity that was given through exposing Phil got people excited about almost having the same energy. Like looking back on it, I could have done it a little different. From my Telegram and from my ex account, I could have just been silent and just made the movie. But because I feel like now there are people who feel like that's a way to be popular.
That's the way you should have done it, you fucking retard.
And it's not. It's a way to really quickly make you.
Your movie might have stood on its own. Everything else around it is not going to stand up in court.
Unhinged, and I'll admit I probably looked unhinged, but I had a purpose and I had receipts, and I don't think I know that these people don't have receipts, and they really probably don't even have a purpose in life. Like, where are they going to be 5 years from now? Doing the same way.
Wait, so let me say something. Just tell everybody how old you are, Nick.
35.
Do you guys know I got 12 years on Nick, right? And I'm not going to mention the people that have been talking, like how old they are and how many years they have on them. Y'all are not leading with trying to help somebody. And this is just me, like how I look at it. Now, Nick's his own man. He's not going to listen to anybody to try and tell him what to fucking do. Just like I'm not going to listen to.
So Nick's young and you need to help him, not criticize him.
Nick goes, Script, don't do that. I'm like, Nick, you fucking kidding me? I'm going to go in on these motherfuckers, and that's just the way it is. Like, we don't bow down. None of us are bowing down, and we don't expect y'all to bow down. But we expect you to think with your logic and the creative thinking part. This is where it comes in because it's just critical thinking. What if, right? What if Gil has just tied every new piece that has ever come out, anything that sounds remotely like the Pandora's box, he's tied himself into it and made himself look like it goes with what he's been talking about the whole time. It's very easy to do this, guys. It's called stoking suspicion. So you put out a narrative. You say it goes along with what you've been talking about forever, right? But you don't completely prove it. You just stroke people's egos or you stroke their minds with this thought process. Now they will say, oh, then that's got to do it. It's got to be part of it. What if it has nothing to do with Trump and y'all put all your eggs in one basket now and then this shit comes out later on? It has nothing to do with Trump, the Pandora's box. No, none of it. None of it. Then what are you going to fucking do? You know how to. So that's why I said I will remain neutral with any beefs.
That's
because I don't, yeah. I'm not picking
I saw that post and I think,
neutral.
Yeah, when you put up that post, Michelle Moore sent me a text. She's like, is Script talking about us? Like, there's something you posted, like, if, you know, it was a little ambiguous, but I said, well, I don't know, but he loves you guys. And then the next day you were defending her, you know, and then I saw that post and I was like, that's cool. You challenged Dave and Mike to a battle royale. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, why don't you guys just talk it out?
That's how it should have been done. They like all this shit. Everybody talks about, oh, you're dividing the community and this is divisive. I feel like it's all distractions, the whole shit. But in reality, it's still something that has to be dealt with, right? So if you guys got to deal with it, well, then get a battle royal, get on there. Because I don't know. Crash put up and said, well, you know, Mike said to put up the receipts and he's giving him the chance. So Dave is hiding. Hold the fuck up, Sparky. Listen, Mike Gill put up the post and text from Nick in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. He's put up General Flynn's text in 2 seconds. He's put up Juan and Nino's text in 2 seconds. So what's the difference? Right. What makes it different than him doing that? So why didn't he put him up? If he's got the receipt killer and it's the receipt killer, stamp it. Let's go. And then just get it over with. I'm neutral. I'm neutral. What they want me to do. But then I got attacked, bro. Once I got attacked, that's it. Then you see a savage come at me. I don't have no friends no more. It's just I'll go for your fucking jugular. And that's how I.
Oh man,
that's what blew me
going
up
right for your jugular.
all day.
Nick's trying to go for your jugular, but in a different way. He's trying to splay that thing out.
And then at the end of the day, I was like, well, I got to see what Script's been saying. And then I just was like, what? This is upside down. Why is Mike going after you? And then I was like, is it because of that battle royale tweet? And it was. So I got a message from Gil. He's like, how close are you with Script?
Yeah, he looks like he's staring down 60.
I thought he wrote like, how do you know Script? And so I responded. I'm like, this is what we did together. He's a rapper. He's fucking cool. What? Why? And then I found out he just went balls to the wall, angry, hallucinogenically all over you, saying you're a millionaire because you have a shop. Who are you? Like, Truth or Police?
Like, look at this guy. Look at this. He's selling purses and pillows and blah, 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 blah. It's a spring sale. No, it's Teespring, not Spring Sale. It's Teespring is the company, and Teespring does sales. That's what it is. And just so everybody knows, Teespring is worse than Shopify. Just so everybody knows, they take almost 80% of the profits. So if I was really worried about money and I was really, you know, like
bullshit,
oh my God,
bullshit. This is how I know that you don't know what you're fucking talking about. They take 80% of the profit. Bullshit. They take 80% of possibly the income because they have to pay for it. The materials, they print it, not of the profits. So if you sell something for $20 and the profits are $2, you're telling me they take $1.60 and give you 40?
No, I would be pressing them up myself. But instead, when we pressed them up, if you watch the live sale I did on Instagram, it was the worst, horrible thing I've ever done in my life because I sucked at it. And I didn't complain. I just said, hey, I'm going to try and sell my T-shirts. And we had some skateboards. It was actually my boy Jay Dips, because he's mad talented. He makes like T-shirts, he makes hats, he does skateboards, he does hydro dipping, he does machine, engine parts. He'll hydro dip it and give it back to you. Like, you know, like we're just like, all right, let's do something because you haven't pushed any merch for your music. You haven't done anything. So then I was like, all right, I'll put in certain things, the 60 seconds in your popcorn, the I am Q. He hates anything with Q. That's why I put up that video of David saying, Mike Gill said to me, what does Q say about me? And he was like, Q says nothing about you, Mike. It's not how it works. You haven't taken the time to research it. You should have researched what Q is and what Q really does and what Q's done all this time helping.
Well, like when Nick says that General Flynn's never been mentioned by Q.
People to understand how the deep state works on both sides, how the corruption works on both sides. How, you know what I mean? But instead, he was like, well, what does Q say about me? Like, dude, that's not Q. Q doesn't know Mike Gill.
Yeah, Mike Gill went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on anyone who mentioned white hats or black hats, and he's not that important to me anymore, considering how quickly he went off the radar, and then how he's inspiring people to express their anger in wrong directions. So now there's like people who are all about me, who when I was calling out Phil, and now those people are just like, no, we have to continue to support Trump. These papers need to come out. So yeah, Nick is fed. Maybe he is fed, and so that is just mind blowing. But let me express one more thing. I got arrested in early February, and I got out like May or March 25th or something. And when I got arrested,
you were only in there for a month.
we all understand that it's a witch hunt and they're trying to lock people up for a long time. That's the thing. And when I got arrested, they didn't have their groove down. They didn't know how they could keep people in jail. They didn't know what to pull. And what they pulled fairly quick is a very popular felony charge that almost everyone got after a certain time because they didn't know how to get people in there with a felony. So what they did was they did this 1512, which was like trying to stop a congressional meeting as a felony. They realized we can throw that. We can throw that.
Yeah, but it's not, that didn't exist before January 6th, right?
It might have existed, but they just didn't know that to throw that out there on people. I don't know if it exists or not, but with me, it didn't exist. They didn't throw that at me. And so, like, they probably could have if it was on their mind, if they were thinking about it. A lot of people got that thrown, and those who were arrested early and went through the process earlier did not get that thrown at them. So, I'll look out there.
I got one for you. So just so we know, what's up, Kim? I need to say how are you? So I have a friend. I'm not gonna say their name. They were down here January 6th, and all they said was hold the line. The feds came and arrested them, tried to give them a sedition charge on that. And I need to.
1512 is, I think it's obstruction with, how would they word it? Obstruction with federal proceedings, maybe?
Watch the rest of it. What's going on with it? I'll put the video up so everybody hear that. But yeah, they were going up and trying to like lock people up still after that. But listen, just because somebody gets arrested on charges of being down there, it's all unconstitutional. So for anybody saying, oh, you were locked up for a month.
It's all unconstitutional.
Oh, you were locked up for 6 months. Oh, you're on house arrest for 2 years. Oh, you're this. It's all unconstitutional.
The feds were just learning how to charge people and keep them in jail.
Because
they're new baby feds.
10-mile square radius of D.C., which is the District of Criminals. It's connected to the Vatican. It's connected to the United Nations. It's connected to the WHO. It's all that shit is all one big corporation. The London, the Vatican, all that stuff. And that's why
so nobody can be arrested.
Which are under the big umbrella to push more tyranny, taking away your sovereignty, doing all this. So like when they say, oh, the state of corruption, we've been in the state of corruption since way before Mike Gill was born, before my mother was born, before my father was born. It's been here forever. So I'm not knocking what he did personally, but I only think the reason why he went hard is because of the defamation and the money being taken away and his property and all of his assets being snatched up by the Fed. So now it became personal to him. But was he doing any of this when he was racing horses? No.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing that Gil is super prideful about. He goes, Nick, I don't even know how to change oil in a car. But you know what I have? Insight. I can see things before they happen. And that's what he would say all the time on the phone. And I just like to impersonate people, so that's why I do that. But and through his perspective, and that's what he would say all the time. Oil in a car. But you know what I have? Insight. I can see things before they happen. And that's what he would say all the time on the phone. And I just like to impersonate people, so that's why I do that. But sight. I can see things before they happen. And that's what he would say all the time on the phone. And I just like to impersonate people, so that's why I do that. But and through his perspective, he did lose everything, so he's a bitter man, and he is not right about what he's saying right now. I don't think he has insight, and I think he's lying. I think he, I think there's a possibility that Flynn wasn't trying. Look at this. If he's doing this to us, saying I'm fed, you're a millionaire, the people he's already attacked might have been unfair to. David Nino, we all jumped on that one real quick. Maybe we were the assholes. And then he went to.
Yeah, I don't know Nino, so I really can't say nothing about the dude. I just know what Mike is saying, that everybody's getting paid to do podcasting. So does he.
Right. I mean, there's things that we can observe about Nino that are pretty fucked up. Like, but I mean. Yeah, and then you know the things about Flynn.
And we called out Flynn, and I could find everything. Yeah, but I could study. Listen, all I got to do is go to Linwood and Brett's page right now.
And then you know the things about Flynn are actually pretty accurate.
Flynn, yeah, but I could study. Listen, all I got to do is go to Linwood and Brett's page right now. Okay, go back to the first day when Linwood called out Flynn, and I could find everything and tie that narrative into everything. There was nothing new that he said except the fact that he had some information that he gave to Flynn, and Flynn said no, or whoever it was said no, we don't need it, we're not using it, whatever it is, whatever the case is.
I know. I'm a fed. Just kidding. I'm fed up. That's why I kind of say it all the time. Where I'm fed nicely. Like, you know, I eat good, but fuck these assholes. I'm just gonna say that real quick, and I'm gonna get out of my way. I don't want to be potty mouth. I know it pulls people away. But sometimes you gotta let it out. Fuck those motherfuckers. Okay.
All right, you got it.
I don't want to be a potty mouth, guys. What the fuck is wrong with him? Jesus Christ. I can't do anymore. I'm sorry. I apologize. I can't do it.
Birthday is a living soul, not a corporation entity.
Okay, that makes sense. Not at all.
You are stomping all over my constitutional rights.
I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
He pushes my hands off. So he's stopping.
In the U.S. judicial system, it's said that no one's above the law, but some people think they don't have to follow the rules. We're taking a closer look at 6 times sovereign citizens were arrested on police body camera. Welcome to After Hours, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sam Goldberg.
It hasn't been working in a month. I turned it off.
First, let's talk about what sovereign citizens actually are. It's a very loosely defined group of people that believe U.S. laws don't apply to them, based mostly on cherry-picked court rulings and statutes. This can lead to traffic stops by police, who often find these, quote, sovereign citizens
cherry-picked court ruling and statutes they don't understand.
Today's After Hours in Myrtle Creek, Oregon. It's April 2022, and a police officer noticed problems with an SUV's license plate. Jania Green Carnes is in the driver's seat, and she's frustrated from the very first moment.
Hi there. Yep. Hey, I'm Officer Kennedy, Myrtle Creek. Please earlier, no conversations being recorded, okay?
Yes, it is.
The reason for the stop today is that unknown your tags are expired. Do you have your license on now?
Look at that seatbelt lump, bro.
Is that a firearm under your jacket? Don't reach for it. Just answer it. I don't know. I'm asking if it's a firearm. So if you reach for it, we have issues. Okay, don't ever reach for it.
Wow. She went right for it.
Is that a firearm under your jacket? Don't reach for it. Just answer. I don't know. I'm asking if it's a firearm.
He could have fucking dropped that bitch.
So if you reach for it, we have issues.
It is.
Okay, don't ever reach for it. Okay. Will you do me a favor? I'd like to remove that from you.
I would rather remove it myself.
Okay, you're not going to do that. You're not going to put a firearm in.
Sir,
Okay, so just hear me out. Stop talking. Just let me explain, okay? It's for my safety. I don't mean any harm to you.
Excuse me, but it's about my safety.
Okay, I'm not going to hurt you, nor am I putting up an intimidating.
Well, I'm not going to hurt you.
This is what I would like to do, okay? All I would like you to do is cross your fingers like this, put your hand on your head, and I'd like to just grab it and take it out. I'm not going to seize
No,
it or
I
anything
do not
like
want my...
What is going on his hand? Taking little notes.
My weapon outside of my vehicle.
Where's your ID?
I do not want my weapon outside of the vehicle.
Where is your
I
ID?
am willing to put my weapon on the dash so that you can clearly
Do not
see it.
touch that gun.
Fine.
Okay.
Then it'll
I'll tell you
where
what.
it's at.
Put the paperwork on the dash for me. Put the paperwork on the dash.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to, and it's a lawful order. Put the paperwork on the dash now and put your hands on the steering wheel and don't move them. Okay? You're being confrontational. You have a firearm. We're not going to play that game. I'm going to get your name, date of birth, and I'm going to continue my traffic stop. Do you understand that?
I think I'll just plead the fifth.
That's fine. I recommend that. Well, if you're not going to plead the fifth, you're going to need to present me with an ID. Can you point to where your ID is?
No, sir. You told me to put my hands on the steering
but you
wheel.
told me you were going to plead the fifth, which means you're not going to talk anymore. Okay, if you're not going to talk, you can't tell me your name and your date of birth. Does that make sense? So will you tell me your name and date of birth?
Not until I present this paperwork.
Okay. 3216. Can I get another unit? I'm going to get my chief down here for you.
Okay.
Keep your hands right where they're at.
I will keep them there as long as I can.
Okay. Perfect. They need to remain there and your hand needs to stay away from them.
And I already told you, I will keep them there as long as I can. This is not exactly a comfortable position.
Is it?
Not yet. Female's verbally uncooperative.
I am not uncooperative. I am simply answering you without lying.
Not at this time.
See, you guys always do that. You guys always make something up that isn't there.
What did I make up today, ma'am?
You're saying I'm being confrontational. I'm not being confrontational.
Okay, maybe let me use a different word. Argumentative.
Well, maybe argumentative, but I'd say so are you, because you're not getting everything you want exactly when you want it.
Yeah, because I gotta survive every contact, and I'm
understand
gonna get what I want when there's a firearm involved.
You know what?
It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, but it's the police that have proved
For an expired license plate.
themselves to be unreliable.
Oh yeah? Have you ever met me before?
Yes, I have.
You've met me. Where did you meet me?
Matter of fact, really doesn't matter.
Okay, so you haven't met me, so therefore you have no idea whether I'm reliable or not.
All I know is you're wearing a monkey suit.
A monkey suit? I believe it's a police uniform and a badge. But that's fine. I get what you're trying to do. You're mad at the badge, not at me. I'm just trying to go home every day.
I don't trust the badge.
Okay, you don't have to trust me, but not that I don't trust you, I can't trust you because I don't know you. Okay, I stop hundreds, possibly thousands of people every year, and I have to survive each of those contacts for a duration of 25 years. Okay?
I understand that.
I know how to do that, and I know how I want people to react if they do have a firearm, and so that's what I go off of, okay?
And I was willing to compromise with you, but you're not willing to compromise. You want it
What
your
is the
way.
compromise?
I am willing to put it on the dash, or even to allow you to put it on the dash. I would
like to do that.
willing to allow you to remove it from my vehicle.
Okay, I can work with you on that a little bit. If I'm going to put it on your dash, I'm going to unload it first.
That's fine.
Okay, will you put your hands on your head with your fingers crossed so I can remove it from you? Thank you. I appreciate that. Any other firearms with you?
No. Can I put my hands down now?
Yes, ma'am. If you could keep them at least visible, that would be wonderful.
Now, can I begin going over this paperwork with me that you're going to thoroughly disagree with me on anyway?
I'm not saying I'm going to disagree with you. Maybe legitimate, okay?
It's legitimate.
Okay.
I've done
Well, that's
my research in my own.
You never let them. So the first thing they teach you is if someone asks you, a police officer asks you if you have a firearm, you never reach for it. Another thing you don't want to say is gun. So if you get pulled over, in the state of Tennessee at least, you're supposed to identify that you carry and that you have a firearm, right? You never want to say the word gun because gun often is used for gun for people to fucking turn you into a pincushion, right? Firearms, what you're always supposed to say, and you never reach for it. Never reach for it. I always, when I get pulled over, my hands are already on the steering wheel. I try to keep them there, especially when I'm carrying, which is almost always. But I just tell them I have a firearm in my waistband. Now, if you act semi-professional, I usually tell the cop I have a firearm in my waistband. I carry appendix, so that's right up front. And almost every cop I've ran into after that is like, okay, if you don't touch yours, I won't touch mine.
Once I get this done, we'll move on with the rest of the stop. You don't get to decide how things go. Okay. I'm all about respecting you and trying to work with you.
I was trying to be helpful.
You were not. I was asking you to do something. You were refusing to.
I was talking about with
Gulp.
bullets out of the gun. I was just it would have been easier and faster to get the bullets out if you'd have pushed the release.
Okay.
That's all I was trying to say.
Before that, I was giving you a lawful order, and you were refusing to obey that. For personal feelings, I understand that. You did not prefer it that way. But there's times during a traffic stop or an interaction with police, you have to set your personal opinion or feelings aside to obey a lawful order.
To put my weapon on my dash.
Afterwards.
No.
Correct.
You
After I told you
to put my weapon.
Okay, we're gonna stop this. I'm gonna wait for the chief. We'll go from there. I'm gonna put it on the dash now. You need to not reach for it, and I'm gonna put it on that side. Will you roll that window down?
I have to turn.
Just turn it to the on. Yeah, accelerator on. That's fine.
Accelerator on. Is that what it means? It's accessory. Idiot. Accelerator on.
Sorry.
Actually,
look at this car, bro. What is? No wonder she got pulled. There's no hood. She's super sovereign.
I'm gonna hold it here until the chief's here. Okay, where's your identification at?
I will just wait for your chief.
Fine with me.
The chief of police arrives to help the officer.
I have the firearm now.
Accelerator on.
So
ACC on your switch stands for accessories, right? And that makes sense because it fires up your accessories, your radio, your windows, your charging ports sometimes. You know, that's what it doesn't stand for accelerator. Turn the key to accelerator.
Essentially, approach. I noticed you had the firearm on. Not a big deal.
You know how you have PRND? That R stands for race mode and accelerator.
I asked her if it was a firearm that she'd point at it or tell me instead of reaching it. She reached for it. Anyway, I asked her to put her hands on her head so I could remove it from her and take it back to my vehicle to secure it during the rest of the stop. She was mildly argumentative. She refused to do that. We ended up coming to a compromise. She let me take it off her and unload it. So it's been a bit of a confrontation. I've asked her for a license multiple times. She said she wouldn't give it until you got here, so that's where we're at. So can I have your license?
I don't want to repeat myself.
Okay, can I have your license, please?
Okay, just real quick, ma'am, just so you know, my name is Chief Brewster. Let you know I got my camera going too, so it is recording, okay?
Okay. I've got my camera recording as well.
You thought it meant air conditioning?
As I told you
What's the other C for? And your air conditioner doesn't work in ACC. It'll blow because it's an accessory, but it won't be cool or hot once all that's used up.
Before I relinquish my information, I am going to go over this paperwork. This one. Okay? Which of course is my order.
Here we go. Oh my God. He should have never said that's fine. When she said, before I relinquish my information, I'm going to go over this paperwork, he said, that's fine.
Despite being insistent that she read the papers to the officers, it takes Green Carnes a while to get things organized. But she finally finds what she's looking for.
So, as you're
I can tell this guy's seen some shit. He was in Vietnam. He's not going to put up with this.
asking me for my driver's license, I do want you to know is it's right of the citizen to travel upon public highways and to transport his property thereon by horse-drawn carriage.
He already threw his head up.
Is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee,
Just reading over him.
therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with nor disturbing another's rights. He will be protected, not only in his person, but in his safe conduct.
But is she ever happy? Well, not usually. She used to be happy. Not usually. She's usually mad at me. Oh, we're not talking about Mariah? Who are we talking about?
And I can give you where to find that if you would like.
And we don't need to. The U.S. Supreme Court has already squashed that, so...
No, the U.S. Supreme Court has not.
Yes, they have. And you do have a right to travel. You have a right to travel by your feet or your horse, but you have to have a driver's license.
No, you do not.
Okay, we can argue this later, so you need to provide the officer with your driver's license or you will be arrested for failure to carry and present.
For what crime?
Failed to carry and present a driver's license. It's a Class C misdemeanor in the state of Oregon.
Without a crime.
I've made her miserable. See? There's an example.
It is not a failure.
So you have to let go of it. You have to present it to.
Why do I have to let go of it? I presented it. You can see it.
Do you have a concealed handgun license with you?
No.
Okay. Do you have insurance for the vehicle?
Not required.
Okay.
Good. Whether...
Oh, no insurance? I thought you had full coverage, at least on the hood section.
Whether you feel it's required or not, do you have insurance information? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do you have...
I'm not saying she's unhappy because she's an unhappy person. I've made her miserable, I think.
Registration information.
Years of wearing her down. She used to be really happy-go-lucky.
Whether it's required in your opinion or not, do you have...
I don't know if it's here in the car or not.
Okay, so you just don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'll be back.
Green Carnes.
Registration.
Okay.
Good. Whether you feel it's required or not, do you have insurance information? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do you have registration information? Whether it's required in your opinion or not, do you have...
I don't know if it's here in the car or not.
Okay, so you just don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'll be back.
Green Carnes continues to be uncooperative and invokes her Fifth Amendment right to remain silent for the time being.
So, ma'am, here's the deal. If you believe that this is part of your right to travel, this isn't the place to argue that. Okay? That's why they have a court of law.
You mean another waste of my time?
Okay, well, you're citing what you think's a part of the Constitution, and so if it's constitutionally sound, that's what a court's for, and that's why there's appeals processes. If you don't like the original court ruling, okay, and if you read closely, they did not rule that you have the right to travel without a driver's license in a motor vehicle. Okay?
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
and I can show you.
Well, that's fine. Again, if you believe that that's the case, that's what a court's for. It's not to set out here and argue on the side of the highway with the officer, because that just escalates things and things turn worse.
Okay, I'm sorry I disagreed with you and you yelled at me so much. Yes, you're extremely happy-go-lucky.
We'll be back with the...
Not authorize him to do that.
Do what?
He told me he was going to put it on the dash.
Okay, well, I'll talk with him, okay? Are you giving it back to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it in this bag with all the emails.
Who is she?
This has been a violation. I've never dealt with her before.
So she prevented you a driver's license and she's suspended?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask her if she knows that. That's a crime if she knows she's suspended.
Well, also, she was cited and convicted.
So giving someone a driver's license as if it's valid, especially a police officer, if you know it's suspended, you're actually supposed to surrender it. Sometimes they'll ask you to cut it up. Sometimes they'll ask you to mail it back to them.
Convicted on December 29th of 21 for driving less than 25 on church on public.
What? Who is this guy on a ride along? This husky 8th grader. Why does traffic stop for a ride along?
Ma'am, did you know your driving privileges are suspended in Oregon?
That's a pal mal. I can tell from here.
Plead the fifth.
Okay.
After checking her information in the system, the officers decide it's time to arrest.
Plead the fifth.
Okay.
After checking
busted tail light
information in
that car's beat all the fuck, dude.
System, the officers decide it's time to arrest her.
Hey, Gina. So this is the deal, okay? I need you to step out of the vehicle because you're being placed under arrest for carrying a concealed firearm.
You're placing me under arrest for a concealed firearm.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask what led you to that decision?
Okay, well, you're carrying a concealed firearm, and that's a crime in Oregon.
Ma'am, do you recall I asked you if that was a gun underneath your jacket?
And I said yes.
Okay, so by me not being able to tell whether it was a gun or not, it was not in open
plain view,
right? Okay, so it would have been concealed if I can't tell that it's a gun.
You could obviously see the butt of it.
If you got your sweatshirt covering that gun, it's concealed. An open carry is open carry, nothing obstructing the firearm or the holster that it's in.
So had it been on the dash or like flat on the passenger seat,
or had it been on your side without a sweatshirt covering it, that's not concealed. But you have it under clothing,
so now
that's
you
concealed.
guys want to nitpick.
And additionally, it's also a crime to present me with a driver's license knowing that it's suspended. I see you were convicted of driving while suspended in December, late December of 2021, which is wrong.
Okay, so she's already been convicted. She can't claim that she didn't know it was suspended.
Additionally, you haven't been reinstated at all since then, so there's a pretty good inclination that you knew you were suspended and knew that license was not valid. That's also a crime in the state of Oregon.
You're making assumptions.
No, that's...
You're making assumptions.
Oh, as far as your knowledge
you're
of that?
assuming whether I knew or did not know.
Right, I never said I knew for a fact. Okay, I'm not in your mind. I can't know that. But there's pretty good evidence to show that you likely knew. But additionally from that, for the concealed firearm, yes, you are under arrest. So we just need you to step out. We don't want it to be incident or anything. Just actually step out and face the panel of the force, please.
So, ma'am, like I explained to you, this isn't the place to argue. That just makes things worse. That's why there's court.
Yeah, you guys looked for the most petty thing that you could to arrest me for.
Okay, well, we didn't look for it.
I'm willing to bet that in the process, you guys have got a whole lot of other things going on. So before we jump to that, I'd like to know what I was pulled over for.
I've been using my grip trainer on the shows for like the past, I don't know, several weeks. Mariah loves it. I can arm wrestle with her G-spot.
I told you, you're stopped for expired tires. Okay, additionally, the registered owner of the vehicle is suspended. It appeared to look similar to you based off the picture I pulled up before I stopped you. But in and of itself, I can stop you if the registered owner of the vehicle is suspended and the description would match. Additionally, you have a light housing on the back too.
So it's not her car, but he thought it was her car when he saw that it was
I didn't
suspended.
notify you that that's why I stopped you, because I was primarily just stopping you for the tag. I mean, we can point at things, but I don't want to nitpick with you. I don't want to argue with you. Okay, this is kind of what we're going to do. You're obviously very familiar with the courts. You referenced the Supreme Court earlier in the stop. Okay, so you know that that's the place to argue this stuff. So at this point, that's why you're under arrest. Okay, so we're going to ask that you step out. We don't want an argument with you. We don't want any
I missed a good one.
So your car, so you were convicted of driving while suspended recently. So
you have no insurance on the vehicle.
You guys have no legal right to tow it.
Okay, again, you can argue that in court.
But I'm talking to you.
Sometimes I work her like a
This isn't the place
puppet.
for these arguments, okay, ma'am? So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and step out of the vehicle, and if you refuse
I will
to,
step
okay.
out of the vehicle. However, the U.S. Supreme Court has already ruled that a vehicle is a household effect.
Okay.
Therefore, you have no right to tow it.
Okay. Again, you can argue that in court. You can argue that. You can file lawsuits. You can do what you like.
So,
okay?
in other words, what you're saying, Chief, is that you don't care
Get him on the camera.
that you are stomping all over my constitutional rights.
What I care about is this is my job. Okay, I am educated, I'm informed, and I get the training on laws and court rulings.
But that does not mean that you know all the laws.
Okay.
And that does not mean that you are kept up to date on the U.S. Supreme Court rulings.
Right. So I'm pretty kept up to date. And again, if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow later. Okay. But this isn't the place for it.
Later is not going to help me.
Okay. Well, it might. So, go, ma'am. Go ahead and step out of the vehicle. You are under arrest.
You guys are taking something that you have no legal right to take.
Again, not the place for the argument.
I have not even said that I'm going to tow you yet, but we need you to step out now so we can get you in custody safely, and then we'll go from there. So please face that way. Face that way and put your hands behind your back.
So what she's talking about here, the Supreme Court has said it is beyond dispute that a vehicle is in effect when we're talking about illegal searches and seizures, right? So the right of a person, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects. That's part of the, Fourth Amendment? Against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. Now, they do rule that a car is in effect, so they can't illegally search or seize it, but they can legally search and seize it, 100%.
Ow! Would you please be gentle? I have a right shoulder injury, so please be gentle.
We'll put some sets of cuff on you.
And please do not pull my arms up.
We're going to do our very best. I'm only limited by these 2 cuffs.
2 sets of cuffs.
Too high.
It'd be a little better if you were able to hold a little more still.
I'm sorry, but
None of the windows work. Look at that door. Look where the window's at in that door. Look. What is missing here? Like all the interior.
a little bit scared.
Real quick, ma'am, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you at no expense. Do you understand those rights, ma'am?
I'm pleading the fifth.
Can't plead the fifth without understanding the fifth. But, okay.
216 has one female in custody.
After she's in handcuffs, the police pat her down and help her call a neighbor to come pick up the car. From there, she's headed to jail.
Is it okay if I take your glasses off before I put you in the car?
Preferably not.
I asked what
generally, it wouldn't be a big deal, but I get such bad headaches from the light. It's
I'll have you step this way for me. And just right around me to the door here. So the best way is going to be to get up as close to that corner as you can, face me, and then sit back, and then swing your legs in. Just do your best. You can take as much time as you need.
Oh, man.
Okay, how would you like me to help you? Would you like me to hold pressure on your back so you can slowly go in?
You want to hold onto your sweatshirt like this?
That'll work. Okay.
Slowly lean down.
As slow as you need.
A little more, yep. Keep going. There we go. Yep.
Sit back. Okay, so your head should be clear now. And I'll give you some time to get your legs in.
There's definitely not very much room. I don't fit well in the back of a police car. I've been in a bunch, but I don't fit well.
I know it's difficult.
SUVs are better, yeah.
You want me to
depending on how they're set up.
Can you push my feet up?
Yep. There we go. I'll sit you up.
God, it's a lot of grunting, man.
Would you like a window down?
No, thank you.
At one point, the officer taking green cards to booking has to pull over as the woman has a very dramatic reaction to being in the cramped back seat.
You guys see-
Would you like an ambulance?
No, I just gotta get this.
Look at this guy. This guy over here is terrified. He's like, look, I got to do this for a class credit. Like, I didn't sign up for this. I've seen that before. That's a cow throwing a calf. You gotta get some chains in there and you put it around their rear legs and pull them out.
If you don't want any medical attention, correct?
It won't help.
I usually lay down, to be honest with you.
Howdy. So she was having a back spasm and couldn't wait, so.
I'm sorry, my back went out.
That's all right.
Pulls out another pistol she keeps in her back pocket.
A couple weeks ago, and it's been kind of sliding in and out since.
It happens.
You think she's doing all this? You think she's doing all this because she thinks she's going to let her go?
We're only about 4 minutes away from the jail, so. How are you, sir? Good. How are you?
Do you mind holding my shoulders?
How would you like me to hold them?
Just, yeah. And I'm going to lean to the right to stretch, and then I'm going to lean to the left.
Okay.
Yeah, they make those devices that do where the tens units.
You get that stretched out to the jail. They'll take those off and you can throw your arms all you want. It'll be a lot better. You want to give it a shot? You ready? Okay, let's do it.
Same thing as before, please.
Okay, you need me to hold your jacket?
Yep.
All right. Lean back.
Let me. A little more.
Okay.
Nope.
Yep. One more.
Okay. I got you.
Ah! That's the money shot. Alright, pick up my
Push
feet.
back on you, son.
You just pull her in.
Okay, since we practiced this earlier. Please.
Feet.
Okay, we're almost there.
The seats suck too. They're hard where if you piss or shit or spit or bleed or whatever, they can just hose them out.
Wait.
Everything sucks.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I got a cramp in my hip now.
Hip cramp. She's dehydrated.
Well, let's get there so we can get you out, okay?
The very patient police officer arrested green cards for unlawful possession of a firearm. Results of record appearance were not available at the time of this recording.
So we're going to get back to after hours in just a second, but I want to thank Morgan & Morgan, 1,000 attorney. So dismiss it.
The reason I stopped you is for you to appear
21 and this vehicle hours, or click the link in the description and in the pinned comments.
Morgan & Morgan.
Next, we're headed to beautiful Sedona, Arizona. It's the summer of 2021, and this vehicle has a fake license plate. The officer approaches the passenger side to talk to the driver, who's identified as Matthew Tucciaroni.
Matthew Tucciaroni. Wait a second. Somebody tell me who Matthew Tucciaroni is. Who's Matthew Tucciaroni? The guy that was on Michelle Moore that called out Mickey Glenn.
Hello. Hi, I'm Officer Wilson from Snow Police Department. The reason I stopped you is for you to appear you have a fictitious license plate on the back of your vehicle. Do you know anything about that? I'm a sovereign human being. Okay.
I'm a sovereign right off the bat. I'm a sovereign,
Do you have your
guys.
driver's license, insurance, and registration, please? What? No. Do you have any form of ID on you? No, Matthew Tucciaroni is my name. Okay. All right. So just so you know,
pulled over a couple times already by state troopers, sheriffs, and this is recognized.
Okay, I don't agree.
Tucciarone wasn't interested in hearing what the officer had to say and actually ended up rolling up the window while the officer was talking.
All right, go ahead and step out, please. Step out of your car, please.
No. I didn't do anything
Mayor
wrong.
1, I need another unit. Step it up, please.
I did not do anything wrong.
Pennsylvania versus Mims is a Supreme Court case law that says you're required to get out of that car if I ask you. If you do not, I'm going to force you to.
Hold on a second. I'm calling my lawyer.
Okay, get out of your car.
Matthew Tucciarone, the San Francisco treat.
You can call your lawyer if you want, but as soon as another officer gets here, I'm going to force you out of that car if you don't get out on your own.
Isn't that how it works?
You need to be under arrest. I didn't do anything wrong.
You're being detained
The old San Francisco treat, Matthew Tucciarone.
right now. And Pennsylvania versus Mims is a United States Supreme Court case law. You're being detained.
Why?
Because I told you I'm investigating one crime. You also said you don't have a driver's license, which is another one. And if you don't provide me a form of identification when I'm investigating you for a crime, that is a third crime that I'm investigating you for.
There is no crime.
You are required by law to provide me your true full legal name if I'm investigating a crime.
Well, this car.
My car.
If you do not provide me with your true full legal name, you can be arrested for that.
I didn't even want that fucking cat. I begged you not to get it.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license or any other form of
I am
identification?
a sovereign being. My name is Matthew Tucciarone.
Okay. Again, Arizona Revised Statutes
28-1595
requires you to show me an ID card or driver's license. Get out.
No, I'm not getting out of the
Okay.
car. This is
I'm going to give you.
I didn't do anything wrong.
There we go, Tucciarone.
Matthew,
I've done.
if you do not get out, I'm going to force you out.
You know who? Laura sent this to me. I don't even think she knows that he's in it because I went back to look to see if she knew, and she says I just came across a whole video of sovereign citizens interacting with police or trying not to interact with police. Laugh out loud. I don't even think she knows it because she was researching who Tucciarone was.
Officer that Tucciarone seems to
What a
know arrives at
coincidence.
the scene and tries to calm him down.
Matthew, look at me.
I pet the cat because it won't leave me alone. Even sometimes when I'm up in your vagine, it comes up because it wants me to rub its ear. What do you mean I baby it? The other day I was batting around your fucking titties like they were tether balls, just going at it, swinging around, and she thought I was playing with a ball of yarn. Came up and tried to join me.
Look at me. If you don't get out, I'm going to force
It's probably because she keeps smelling whiffs of bacon.
you out. I'm going to charge you with resisting arrest also. So get out, please. Come on.
All right. Come on, sir.
Get out.
There's no reason to
I've
act
asked
like
you
this.
probably 10 times to get out.
There's no
What?
reason to act like this.
Get out of your car then. All right.
There's no reason to act like this. There's no reason to
Get
act
out.
like this.
Look, I'm just Matthew Tucciarone. Skin tight pants. Knew it. Called it.
Do not touch me.
Get out.
Do not touch me.
Get out of your car.
Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Oh, he's playing a game of tag. You're it. You're it.
Do not touch me.
I've asked you 10 times to get out. Get out on your own then.
What are you doing? Please do not touch me. Officer Ramirez.
Ow! Come on.
I think his car is base.
Get on the grill.
Please,
Get on your
I
stomach.
didn't do anything.
Get on your stomach.
Come on,
Just comply. Just comply.
Wow, he really submitted himself there. I think you're just supposed to lay on your belly. I don't.
Officer Ramirez. Ow! Come on.
Get on the grill.
Please,
Get on your
I
stomach.
didn't do anything.
Touch that thing up, mommy. Let it roll.
Get on your stomach.
Come on.
Just comply. Just comply. Just comply for now. All right. Just comply for now. Okay. All right.
I told you she's attracted to the smell of bacon in her sheets.
Got here, okay? But right now, the best thing you can do is just comply. All right? If you want to file a complaint, I will give you that information. All right? I promise. My superiors will overlook everything. Okay. All right. But he had to repeat himself. All right? Like I said. All right. Just stand up for me. Stand up. All right? Matthew, what are you? Come on. Let's go back to your car. The sovereign plate on. Don't please don't. You are detained. You were detained from the beginning when I told you that. Just relax. I know. Just relax. Okay. Right now you're safe. You are safe. You got a sovereign plate on there. You did comply with my officer here.
I don't know why our bed smells like bacon. Don't ask.
Okay. All right. Just relax. All right. You are safe. Go ahead and take a seat for me. All right. Just relax.
That's 100% him.
Thanks, Matthew, okay?
I just want some.
Put your feet in,
I'm not gonna go.
Please just listen to my officer. Just listen to my officer.
Please.
I'm not going to go anywhere. I'll just be right here.
We'll get you some water. We'll make you something comfortable. Right now, we got to do what we got to do, all right?
Is this cop his boyfriend? What the fuck is going on?
The officers removed the fake license plate and expressed their frustration with sovereign citizens.
Passenger side, started asking questions. He just rolled up the window and turned around and started dialing people. I'm like, nope, you're getting out.
I don't understand why they think we're making it up. You know what I mean? Like,
I even told him the statute.
Tucciaroni was charged with resisting arrest, displaying a
there he is. Tucciaroni.
Fictitious license plate and failing to provide evidence of identity.
Why do you hate me? You're the one fucking with the cat, babe. I didn't do nothing.
He represented himself in Superior Court, and the judge decided to move the case to Justice Court as a misdemeanor. Tucciaroni failed to show up for that court date.
Mariah likes when I take strips of bacon, wrap them around her big toe, and eat it off. There, the secret's out. I couldn't keep it. I couldn't. It was weighing heavy on my chest. I felt so guilty for not letting everybody know.
And was subsequently arrested again. Next, we're in Volusia County, Florida. The sheriff there posted a video compilation from November 2023 showing the arrest of 2 alleged sovereign citizens. The traffic stop starts over the license plate.
It's a blue Ford truck displaying some kind of sovereign citizen looking tag. Can you start us a second, please? I think it says Post-Union Treaty.
Global Postal Union Treaty, Geneva Convention, neutral zone, transport vessel, do not stop, do not detain.
Geneva Convention, neutral zone, transport vehicle. That's not how this works, man.
Stay back 10 feet.
You know what the flag upside down means?
I just said he was the one that came on to expose Mickey Clan.
Distress.
The truck stops at a gas station, and when the Michelle Moore show approaches, the driver is on the phone with a woman who's coaching him through what to say.
Hey, boss, how you doing?
I don't know anybody that doesn't like it. Mariah's got hobbit feet, though. Sometimes, you know, you have to avoid the hair on the toe knuckles.
Not too bad. Deputy of the Sheriff's Office.
I just got pulled over.
Hey, so the reason why I'm stopping you, boss, I didn't recognize the tag that was on your vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have your driver's license registration with you?
Here you go. I got the paperwork right here. Where's the paperwork at, Michelle?
Michelle who?
Here. Behind your seat. All right.
It's where?
Behind my seat.
Here.
She wants to talk.
It's on speaker.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, where's your driver's license, boss?
That's for no, I don't need my window down.
I'm sorry. So, do you have a driver's license?
You think that's Michelle Moore?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, what's your name, boss? I don't see your name on here. Can you point it to me?
Yeah.
Dainty. Dainty. They're opposable like a chimpanzee's feet. I saw you that one time with that thing of cotton candy in there. But a stick of cotton candy, but I don't know about dainty.
Okay, that's not how this works. Where's your name at?
I'm just giving him the paperwork. Okay.
He doesn't get to see the paperwork.
Here, you talk to him then.
Enhance. Enhance. Michelle. M-I-C-H-E-L-L-E.
Ma'am, if he refuses to identify himself in this traffic stop, there's going to be an issue.
Sir?
Uh-huh.
He is identifying as a national of the neutral power state. As you know, that removes him from your jurisdiction.
It doesn't matter who he identifies as. He's operating a motor vehicle in the state of Florida, ma'am.
You? Okay. For you.
What?
Volusia County Sheriff.
We've seen this one before. It becomes a big issue.
44, how far out for a second? No, I just want to check. Ma'am, so this is what's going on.
Legend, your divorce is over. We get it. You got custody of Mort. Which, in my honest opinion, you lost that case.
Tag on his vehicle does not appear like it's proper back to any state. So it appears the vehicle is unregistered. Then on top of that, I come up here, I'm asking for his identification documents, and he's handing me a stack of papers instead of a driver's license. So I'm concerned he might be driving without a driver's license, and his vehicle might be unregistered.
On his phone right now because he signed a heart treaty, and you are in violation of it right now.
What? Yeah. Okay, what's your name, boss? Sir, what's your name? Right here. Can I see your name, please? Right here. Where? Please point to it. Right here. Where's your name, sir? I don't see it. Are you the postmaster? That's what it says. Postmaster? I am the postmaster. So is your first name Mark?
I am the postmaster. First name Post, last name Master. What the fuck?
Mark or your last name Mark?
No.
So nothing on here has your name?
Right there.
Is your destiny Mark? Destry? Is that how am I saying it? And what's your last name, boss? I can't see it.
Right there. Walkerman.
Walkerman? What's your date of birth, sir?
It's all right there.
It's not on there.
I'm not telling you anything.
All right. Well, this is the thing. If you cannot properly identify you, then it could be a potential issue for us coming up.
I'm telling you that you cannot talk to us.
Well, that's fine.
You cannot talk to us. Legend got custody of Mort, and apparently she keeps him in the in the closet. I don't know why I said Post Malone. I guess that's where I typed it. She keeps him in the closet. He doesn't get to come out.
He doesn't necessarily have to talk to me, but he does have to obey my lawful commands.
Sir, as
You know, Legend lives in California, and she's not even invited any of us out there.
you know, the terms of the Geneva Convention clearly state that you are required to have knowledge of every term.
Hey, Murphy.
Why is he looking like a
This is part of his job. Hey, Murphy, can you just switch with me real fast?
Lieutenant Galarza
Who?
signed a
Lieutenant who?
treaty.
What? Lieutenant who?
Port Authority.
Lieutenant who?
Lieutenant Galarza.
I think you've been trying to say Galarza.
Yeah.
All right, just hold on right here. I just gotta look at something real fast.
The deputy double checks the status of the truck, then returns to give the bad news.
That's going to be negative. Come back on a blue 2012 Ford, registered to a lower wind, the Bumpy, out of Lake Helen. Expired back in 2022.
All right, sir. This is kind of where we're at. So I checked the.
Hang on, Michelle. Hang on, Michelle.
She's giving a sermon.
This is kind of where we're at. So I checked the VIN. The car is currently looks like it's unregistered. So if you don't have, do you have a Florida driver's license or a driver's license out of another state that I can check to ensure that you're a licensed driver?
Right there's all I got.
Okay, well, there's a problem. So I tried to search you up under this. I can't find anybody, I can't find you. So if I can't verify that you have a valid driver's license, then how am I supposed to let you drive off?
She's coming.
No, that's not gonna change anything.
He's saying I gotta have a valid driver's license.
To operate a motor vehicle in the state of Florida, yes, sir.
Okay, you're at Catalina and Howland.
Yep. Okay, sir. It's a simple question. Do you have a valid driver's license?
Right there's all my paperwork I got.
Okay.
Don't ask him that because he's not required to explain
Your middle name, Mark?
Why are you giving him credit?
Well, because he's got it right here. He's got the paperwork in his hand.
All we're trying to do is just identify it and then send you on your way. Is that your last name? Yep. Okay. Is your ID through Florida? What state is it from?
Okay, where are you?
I'm right here.
The gas station.
Yep.
What state is it from?
Right there. She's coming.
That's fine. What state is your ID from?
I don't have an ID. I was surrendering my ID and my birth certificate and everything.
Two individuals were arrested in Deltona by the Volusia Sheriff's Office after allegedly refusing to give identification to deputies driving an unregistered vehicle. 58-year-old Destry Wagerman, Destry, D-E-S-T-R-Y, Wagerman, W-O-G-E-R-M-A-N, and a 43-year-old Laura Lynn Nabozny reportedly tried to assert their status as sovereign citizens to exempt themselves for state laws. Now, if this bitch shows up, she's getting arrested.
When you used to have an ID, what state was it from?
Colorado.
Colorado? Okay, what's that?
They won't register because it's fine. Here she is. She's right there.
That's fine. I don't need her, actually, and she's not going to come over here. What is your date of birth?
It's right there. Everything's right there.
No, not everything is right here.
No, he has a birthday. He is a living soul, not a corporation entity.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Not at all.
This I know.
Jeffrey, hop on out.
Does that make sense? He does not have a date of birth. He has a birthday. Does that make sense? Not at all.
I need to get out of my car. Have I done something wrong? Wait, whoa. Before you drag me out of the car, what have I done?
Hop out of the car.
Have I done something wrong?
You're failing to identify yourself?
That's not a law. That's not a misdemeanor. It's not a law. Hey, don't get in my car. What are you guys doing? What's this? Don't jerk me out of the car, Michelle.
Get out.
Don't get me out of the car. All right, I'm getting out. All right, get out. I'm getting out. You guys are jerking me around. You guys are jerking me around.
Okay, I got you.
All right. Well, I'm not jerking around.
He claims his name is Mark Destry. So they give themselves new names a lot of times.
Now you're under arrest.
Damn, we're not doing anything. What's the fight? That's pretty decent. You guys are jerking me around.
Oh my God. Look at their fucking... Oh, my God. Look at their booking photos. Damn. I'm ready to go back to Tuccirini.
Figure this all out, sir.
Show my ID. Not you tell me. Not an ID state.
Secretary of Peoples.
Not an ID state here. And I don't go for certain seats.
Stop looking on me, please. It's not registered.
Stay on my wallet.
No.
It's not. Stay on my wallet.
Everything's coming out your pocket.
No.
Hey, switch
I don't accept.
You might not accept it, but it doesn't mean it's not happening.
You guys are searching me for no reason at all. None.
Real life Del Gribble, basically.
Arrives at the scene, things escalate again.
Okay. Yes. Do you want to talk to him or not? If not, we're going to get him out of here. We're trying to give you the keys.
This is where she tries to hit a cop, basically.
myself because I have a phone number for him.
Unlock this door now.
No, I'm not going to unlock. You.
So she sped off, almost hit a cop.
We breaking it? Open the door. No. Let's go. Now get out. Get out.
Blair's up.
Get out of the door.
Idiots forgot to let her put her in park first.
You must know 241 and hurting me.
Stop. Put your hands. Give us your hands.
No.
They can save in the ride to jail. They can take one car.
I'm not looking into your... I'm not signing anything.
X-ray 90 pencil.
Oh, yeah. Right.
We have another 1015. Do we have a lock on?
She got a roller carpet in the back of her truck.
The man was identified as Destry Wagerman. He was charged with driving an unregistered motor vehicle, habitually driving with a suspended or revoked license, and resisting an officer without violence. He entered a no contest plea in December and had to serve 2 days.
Give me them bacon toes, Miranda.
Linda Bisney. She was also charged with operating a vehicle while her driver's license was suspended or revoked, as well as not having proof of insurance or a license plate. Her case is still moving through the courts. Her next hearing is in May. Now we're headed to Gulf Breeze, Florida. It's January of 2022, around 2 in the morning. And from the moment Haley Smith rolls down her window,
seen this one too.
Hostile.
Young lady, Officer Banks, Gulf Breeze Police Department. I'm pulling you over doing 54 and a 35. Any reason for that speed tonight?
Where's the 35?
Before you got off the bridge, and as soon as you came off the bridge. All this is 35.
I was going 40, I thought.
Nope. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive a car.
Yes, you do.
You do not.
15-7, 41 with me. Ma'am, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle.
Am I
Yeah, you are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle, young lady.
I know my rights.
Either you step out the vehicle, I will remove you from the vehicle.
I know my rights.
15-7.
Watch your man.
Did you hear what I said? You need to get a supervisor out here right now.
No, you need to step out the vehicle right now. Young lady, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle. Last time I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to make you step out the
You're
vehicle.
going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
No, you're going to step out the vehicle right now.
You are going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
That's fine.
I know my rights.
What right is that?
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a car. I am not. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
Call the supervisor right
Okay.
now.
All right.
Right now.
Or else what?
I know my rights.
If I don't call supervisor, or else what?
I know my rights. Look how wide her eyes are open.
Okay. So just hold it for me and go and give me the
cocaine. Yeah.
You need to get a supervisor out here. They can educate you on what the law is.
Okay. He can educate me on what the law is. So do you have an ID? You have a driver's license?
No, I don't have a driver's license on me.
I'm coming home to give you this dick. Tell me to shut up.
In Mississippi. So why would you need a driver's
Get ready.
license to drive on the road if you don't need a license?
Be spread eagle.
Oh, so what year is
Get
this?
out the cuffs.
What year was the ID issued?
You hope it is?
I really do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
What is your name?
To drive on the road if you don't need a license.
That was years ago.
Oh, so what year is this?
What year was the ID issued?
You hope it is?
I really do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
What is your name and badge number?
I already told you my name. It's Officer Banks.
And what is your badge number?
It's Officer Banks.
Are you failing to?
Are you failing to give me your driver's
I
license?
don't have to give you a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
Yes, Mariah, you're getting splayed open.
I'm traveling.
Okay.
I have all the laws back.
The horizontal hula.
So you're not going to give me a driver's license?
I'm not going to give you a driver's license. I don't have to give you a driver's license.
Okay.
I'm traveling. I don't have
I already said. Now we got all these witnesses. No more headaches. No more I'm tired. No more I got to do the dishes.
Okay.
No one cares.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
I do?
Yes.
Okay.
Smith demands a supervisor, and one soon arrives.
Her vehicle stopped for speeding. 54 and 35 coming off the bridge. She asked me where the speed limit was, saying that it's before she got off the bridge. She actually did a U-turn. We were in the 35 zone. We pull over here. I introduced myself. I said, the reason why we're driving this fast is I said, you got your license. She immediately goes into, I don't need a license to drive the vehicle. Okay. And they said, I am traveling. Okay. So, you do need a license to drive the vehicle. And you do have to identify yourself to these officers.
I do not have to have a license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
You're wrong, but okay.
I know common law, natural law.
I don't care about common law. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida.
It doesn't matter. In what state?
It does matter.
I'm in the U.S.
It does matter.
No one
The
cares.
information you gave us
Maybe they need a tenderizing from the inside.
comes back as to being you. So at this point in time, I need you to shut the vehicle off and step out of the car.
I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
You're going to get out of the car.
I haven't been suspected of a crime.
You are being illegally stopped on a traffic stop. You are not being cooperative. It is not a Terry stop. Trust me, I know the difference. You were speeding. Turn the vehicle off and get out of the car. Out of the car now. Undo the seatbelt.
Turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now. Put all that down. Step out, turn around, face away from me. Turn around, face away. Turn around.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Why is she dressed like Jesus?
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Well, then you can tell that to the
Oh, it was just her hoodie was falling off, maybe.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I have all the laws right there.
I don't care what laws you say you
I
have.
know that you don't care because you
Get out the bacon. Papa's coming home.
supposed to be a police
Then
officer.
you should know that you should know that this conversation's over then.
Right, because you don't care about the laws.
Do that thing where you hide the hard-boiled egg and I gotta sniff it out. I like that part.
You don't care about our rights. I live right down there.
Where's your ID out of? Or your license out of?
Mississippi.
I just thought you didn't have one. You just said you don't need one.
Crooked letter. Ah, Mississippi.
This is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. We're not going to play any of these games with you tonight.
It's not a game. This is my rights as a citizen.
It's not your rights.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You're in the state of Florida. The state of Florida requires you to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle.
Sir, it doesn't matter what state I'm in.
See, that's your problem is you say it doesn't matter, but it does. In this country, it does. I don't care about what laws you say you have.
You should care about the
I
laws
don't.
and the rights
But
of citizens. You're a
we know
police
your
officer.
rights. We know your rights.
No, you
don't know your rights.
Yes,
no,
I do.
you don't.
Yes, I do.
Because if you knew your rights, you knew or you would know and should know that you must have a driver's license.
Steven Legend says, ride dick a lot.
If I find out that you are not giving us the right information to identify you,
the right information. Why would I do that? I'm trying to use my rights as a legal citizen. Why would
you do that? Well, you would do that because you don't have a valid driver's license.
I don't have a valid driver's license. I don't have to have a valid driver's license.
You do.
Some of us work 2 jobs 7 days a week and are still fucking watching debt pile up to our eyeballs. What do you do?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
Spread that pussy. That's right. Papa's coming home.
Then we'll let the judge determine that.
The audience already clapped, Mariah. It's done. It's a done deal.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything wrong.
We can arrest you.
No, you can't.
If you don't have a valid driver's license, we most certainly can.
Can I please call my mother?
You cannot.
Why?
Because you don't need to call you. Are you an adult?
Yes.
Then why do you need to call your mother?
To come and get me from jail since I'm being illegally detained.
You will be able to call her once you get there.
Can I at least lock my car?
We will make sure it is secure.
What are you going to do with my car?
Probably tow it.
Why?
Because you are driving without a license.
I don't have to have a license. That is commercial driving.
It is not commercial driving.
Yes, it is.
We are doing our job.
No,
Whether you agree or not doesn't matter. It's a
You
moot
take
point.
orders from the top. You don't know the laws and the rights. Law is canon law.
We do.
Sergeant Turner.
And in this country, what laws do we follow?
Canon law. Y'all follow canon law. We follow
The rest of
natural law.
Who is we?
Law.
Who is we? Who's we? Tell me who we is.
Police officers.
No, police officers. We are police officers. We're not peace officers. We're police officers.
Yes, I know that now.
So then your argument just needs to stop and you just need to sit there quietly.
Sergeant Turner, please just let me go home.
No.
Why?
Because you do not have a valid driver's license. And you have done nothing but give my officers a hard time during this entire ordeal.
I'm trying to tell you that I have rights.
You don't know your rights, clearly.
I haven't been ugly to y'all. I haven't yelled at you.
You have not been cooperative.
I haven't been cooperative in what
Not at
silent?
all.
Just go with it?
No, just be honest.
Sergeant, please.
You don't have a license.
Okay, I'll never drive again.
Yes, you will, because you believe you don't have to have a license.
I'll get a driver's license tomorrow.
Well, wait a minute. Now you're telling me that you'll go get a license.
Because you're telling
but yet
me
you
that I have no
believe
choice.
you don't. That's correct. You have no choice.
Police learned that Smith had already failed to appear in court for very similar crimes.
You failed to appear on a court appearance for, what was it, expired license? So your Mississippi driver's license is expired.
And for the registration.
Okay, and the registration. So you had a court date that you missed. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't, or you choose not to?
I can't wait to get body cam footage of them rounding up Kim Kukic.
I would not lie to you. I don't lie. I do not remember that.
Okay.
Gordo.
You do have a warrant out of Santa Rosa County. So
We're in
regardless,
Santa Rosa County.
You're in Santa Rosa County. Do you not know where you live?
I just moved here. My
When?
mother lives on High Point.
When did you move here?
About 2 months ago from Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Okay. And you don't know what county you live in now after 2 months?
I don't. That's not something I use often. What county I live in.
Okay. Well, you are going to jail tonight.
Well, thank you, Sergeant Turner.
You're welcome.
Smith is sticking to her guns, repeatedly arguing that the officer just doesn't understand the law. But the deputies are worried she also might have an actual gun.
You got some karma.
I'm not worried about my karma.
I know. You're one of those.
No, you know what I'm actually worried about? People like
You're
you
actually worried
who
about
think that
meeting a
laws
quota.
don't... No, there is no quota.
There
It's
are
people
laws
like
that
you
don't
who
matter.
believe that laws don't pertain to them. And that's just
they
not the
don't.
case.
They don't.
Then enjoy spending a lifetime in and out of jail. Because
So I despise this woman and sovereign citizens as a whole, but do not believe that there is no There is no quota. There absolutely is in a lot of departments, and they enforce it. You can look up a news article from maybe like 5 years ago that our troopers here locally got busted for just that. They got in trouble for a quota. So basically, even though there was no written quota, it was not within their books or whatever, supervisors were penalizing people who did not write enough tickets, claiming that they must just be sitting in their car if they haven't wrote enough tickets. That is literally the definition of a quota.
That is what will happen.
No, it won't actually.
If you continue to act like this and do this, it will.
I'm not acting like anything.
Then I would suggest moving back to Mississippi.
I'm not moving back to Mississippi.
Then if you stay living here and driving a car without getting a valid driver's license, that is what is going to happen.
You do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I've already been through roadblocks with state troopers for this.
Then they're not very good state troopers.
Yes, they are, because they know their rights.
No, if they let you through with this garbage, they're not.
This is not garbage.
It's garbage.
Have you done any research into it?
More than you will ever know.
Okay,
You're not the first one.
It's not garbage.
You're not the first person I've run across that thinks this way.
Yeah, I know. We're a problem.
Those other people went to jail too.
Good. You know.
It's not
It doesn't
good.
change
It shouldn't
the fact
happen.
that I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I do not. I'm not a commercial driver. I'm not driving people around. I'm traveling. That is considered a part of my home. And I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
I suppose you don't have to have a registration either. Where's the gun in the car?
The gun? There's no gun in the car.
There seems to be ammo.
The gun's in the pawn shop.
When did you pawn it?
Like 2 months ago.
So why are you still just carrying around ammo?
I didn't know that ammo was in there.
The next thing the deputies find in Smith's car gets her in much bigger trouble.
Drive inside the vehicle, you're under arrest now for possession of felony narcotics.
I didn't give y'all permission to search my vehicle either.
Your vehicle's being towed. We're inventorying it. We're not searching it.
Yes, you are. You're searching my vehicle.
You say that our laws don't matter to you, so what's it matter?
Obviously, I don't have any laws right now.
No, there's plenty of laws. You're just breaking them.
I don't have to mind laws that aren't valid.
They're valid laws.
They are not valid laws.
The United States and the state of Florida seem to think they are.
The United States has a...
Right, are you getting warmed up or what?
Right.
Statutes, mandates, codes.
So
none of that matters.
So under
Go
our
ahead and break
Constitution,
out
it still
Tiny
gives
Wanda.
the state governments the right to govern themselves, correct?
That's right, and the sheriff has all the power.
Charge her up, baby.
The sheriff does. He is the head law enforcement officer.
He's not part of NATO. He's not part
Get
of
out the snorkel and the waterproof sheets.
You take orders from the top.
Nope, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You know, law enforcement officer.
He's a bottom, thank you.
I'm not part of NATO either.
Well, you take orders from the top.
Nope, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You know who I take my orders from? My chief of police.
Exactly. You take orders from the top.
Who's the top?
You want me to give him one name? I mean, that would be impossible.
I don't know who the top is.
I know, because you haven't done research.
I guess I'm just an ignorant cop.
Nope, you said that. I didn't say that.
Well, that's what you're implying.
No, I didn't imply things.
Then stop implying that I only take orders from the top. Fair enough?
You do take orders from the top. That's how it works.
Right not.
So it doesn't. I'll just make up your own. Yeah, I know that's what you're doing right now.
No, you make up your own.
I don't. I know the Constitution. I've learned it.
I know the Constitution too. I also know that the states have the right to govern themselves.
Has been turned into
Oh, and I'm sure you're the expert.
Yeah, I have rights and I live in America.
Correct. But you decide which laws to follow.
I don't take orders from anybody.
And that was 4 hours ago, Mariah.
Nobody's giving you orders.
Obviously, you are right now.
Anybody want to donate my grocery bill this week?
You violated Florida state law.
I violated a law that someone made up that's not legal.
The Constitution was made up.
Yeah.
By people.
Yeah, and God.
Those same people put laws into place.
God.
Our Constitution was changed in 1776 and in 1871.
I don't think it was changed in 1776.
It was written in 1776.
Ah, there we go.
And it was changed in 1871.
I'll have to take your word on that one.
Because you haven't done the research.
Because I don't need to. You're just playing a victim.
I'm not playing a victim.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not a victim. I'll never be a victim. I hate that mentality.
Then why are you playing all these excuses as to you don't need a driver's license?
It's not an excuse. I have the laws in that car. That's why I ride around with them.
Why?
I have the book of the Constitution.
To educate people like me?
I don't think that you're interested in learning anything. I think that you're very stubborn.
I don't think you know anything about me to even get to make that comment.
Smith was arrested and charged with possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, DUI, and driving without a license. The court adjudicated her guilty on drug paraphernalia and DUI charges.
Told you our eyes are too big.
Charges removed from her record if she completed 1 year of probation and met all of her sentencing requirements. But court records show she violated her probation in 2023 when an officer tried to pull her over for having a headlight out, and she refused to stop until she was in her driveway. She also still didn't have a valid driver's license. Our next suspect who refuses to cooperate is in Martin County, Florida. It's February 2024, and David Milan.
It's probably between $1,500 and $2,000 a month.
And apparently ran through a red light. But when it came time for him to identify himself, he was resistant. Eventually, the deputies resorted to force.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
What is the purpose of you pulling me over?
The purpose of me pulling you over is because you ran through that red light.
Oh, I did?
You did, yes, sir.
It wasn't yellow?
No, sir.
You need to learn to budget. How the fuck you budget groceries? You just buy groceries.
Sorry?
I'm not a
explain this to you, but I don't need to give you any identification.
Okay. Yes, you do. I'm requesting for your driver's license. Okay. So we're not doing this. Okay. I'm requesting for your driver's license.
For what? What crime was committed?
Because I'm conducting the traffic enforcement.
What crime was committed, though?
You broke a traffic enforcement. You ran through a red light.
That's for CDL.
I'm sorry? Okay.
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle. That's not happening. That's not happening.
Sir?
That's not happening. Take
Yeah, you might be closer. It might be $1,200, $1,500 a month.
bro.
All right, step out.
I'm not getting out. You're not telling me what I'm doing.
Sir, we're not doing this.
No, you damn straight we're not.
We're not doing this.
Get your hands off of me.
Step
Get
out.
your hands off of me.
I'm telling you one more time. Step
Who do you think
Step
you are?
out.
Don't do that with the dog here.
Okay, then don't do this. Don't do this.
Don't do it with the dog.
Step out.
Don't do it with the dog.
Don't do it with the dog here.
What are you doing? Get out of the car.
You about to lose your dog.
Out of the car. What are you doing? Out of the car.
Get your hands off the ground.
At least they're being good to the dog. They'd been federal agents. They'd already shot it as soon as they pull up.
That's my dog. Yeah, I know that.
She carries pink cuffs. Already don't like her.
The man's dog gets out of the car, clearly concerned. So deputies make sure it's safe in the car as they take Melanson into custody.
I can't believe that. I can't believe you just punched me in the face. You're 100% right, I did. You pushed my hand off the freaking...
Stand up.
Okay, that's all. Yeah. You want to try to get the dog back in the car? Hold on. Hey. Hey. Hold on. Hey, wait. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. Load up. Load up. Come on.
Load up. Load up. Stupid dog. Load up.
See what this way. Good. Good.
Went through a solid red light.
Wait.
I don't know why you stopped.
If you spend $400 a month, I said it was between $1,500 and $2,000, and you spend $400 a month for one person, and we have 4 people, and 4 times 400 is 1,600. That's exactly in the range that I put up there.
Me, explained to him why I stopped him, asked him for his driver's license. He's like, I don't have to give you my driver's license. Let's only proceed to go. And then I told him to step out. He's not stepping out. Told him several times. He's still not stepping out. Went to lock his door. He's like, nothing like that with his hands.
Yeah, so I reach in. I go try and open the door from the inside. He pushes my hands off. So he's stopped.
David, listen to me. I am giving you one opportunity to take care of your dog. Who can we call to get that dog?
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I come from Massachusetts.
That's fine.
I've been down here for 2 years.
Okay.
I'm living inside my car.
Okay.
Okay. My girl and my baby live in another state. I'm paying for their rent and all their other. Okay. So I do not have anyone that I can call right now offhand and come get the dog.
Okay.
Actually, maybe I can call someone from work. I work at ABC over there.
Well, we're gonna call Animal Control. Okay.
So can I call someone from work then?
How fast can they get here?
I don't know, down the street.
Down the street?
Yeah.
Okay. Do your phone in the car?
Yep. I believe so.
Hold on a second.
When the deputies look inside the SUV, they identify something that could have been used as a weapon against law enforcement.
Yeah, he had that axe right there. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you got an axe in there?
Right there. Right by the passenger. Or a hammer. Something.
Yeah.
Right there. Could be a hammer. Right there.
Nice.
That's why I was like trying to grab his hand. I'm like, did he grab that? We're done.
A deputy read Melanson his Miranda rights as he sat in the back of the patrol car. When asked if he understood his rights, he opted not to respond. Melanson was charged with obstructing an officer without violence, no registration, no insurance, and running the red light. He's decided to go pro se and represent himself in court. His next hearing is scheduled for May. We end today's After Hours where a man's calm demeanor with officers didn't get him out of an arrest.
We've seen this one too, damn it.
An SUV that didn't have an Oklahoma tag, so he went to check it out.
We've seen all the good ones.
Yes, sir. You lost? No, sir. Well, we found it. It's where Crown Vic is. Okay. Are you working with like a church or something, or what? Negative. My name is Church. Okay, I got you. So is this like, what is this vehicle for then? It's for me. Okay. I just noticed it doesn't have like an actual license plate on the back. It just has your... Is it like a business vehicle or what? No, according to the law, Title 47, I don't have to have a registered tag. If I'm not conducting commerce, if I'm just in my personal activities, I don't need a tag. If I'm doing commerce, then I need a tag. Okay. Well, it's got like a... Let me look at the plate real fast. We got 2 statutes back there as well. Those are these statutes. Why does it say not for hire on it? By law, it has to say that. If I'm conducting commerce, then I have to say for hire. Okay. If I'm not for hire, the law say I have to post it on my vehicle as not for hire. Okay. Do you have valid insurance on it? I'm not required to answer that by law, but if you want to write me a ticket, I'll go ahead and take the ticket. Okay. That way your day will go by faster and mine. Well, do you just have an ID? All I'm trying to make sure is you have a driver's license and stuff like that, and I'll get you out of here. Well, I don't need a driver's license to drive. Okay. Because that's for people that's conducting commerce.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you for the subscription.
Rock on gesture.
Okay. The problem is they don't tell y'all that, and they don't tell the citizens that. It is in law, but the problem is when we get out here, y'all don't know and we don't know. Okay. The law do say those who are conducting commerce have to have a driver's license. But if I'm in my regular conveyance, I already took the law down. Title 68, that 701 says I have a right to travel. Okay. All right, dude. Who's in the back seat with you? I'm taking her where that Crown Vic is right there. Okay. All right, hang on just a second, okay? No problem.
When he heard the officer say Jackson might be a sovereign citizen, Jackson said sovereign citizens were on the same level as terrorists, and he was not one of them. Jackson was arrested on complaints of knowingly removing a VIN, illegal tag display, driving under suspicion, and failure to show proof of insurance. It was reported at the time that Jackson planned to represent himself in court, but were unable to verify his case status at the time of this episode. Thanks for watching this week's episode. Long Crime After Hours.
Oh, that was just a short clip of it.
Williamson.
It actually goes on a lot longer, but he is cordial.
I'm Sam Goldberg. We'll see you next week.
My favorite is no, they didn't make the final clip. What?
To represent himself in court, but were unable to verify his case status at the time of this episode. Thanks for watching this week's episode. Long Crime After Hours is written, researched, and produced by Savannah Williamson. Video editing is done by Mikey Deininger. I'm Sam Goldberg. We'll see you next week.
Where's that guy in the back of the car? Hold on. This guy. This is my favorite video. We'll end with this one. I do have the link to the Queen of All Sovereign Citizens. I just don't have time to go over it tonight, but this is my favorite.
All right, sir, before I take you out of the car, I just got a few questions I got to ask you. Do you have any weapons on you right now? You do? Like what?
This right hand and this left hand.
All right. Now is not the time to make jokes. I'm going to ask you some serious questions and I need some serious answers.
All right.
Do you have anything that can poke me, stab me, or stick me? A knife, pocket knife, anything like that, a needle?
I can't check because my hands are handcuffed.
As far as you know, do you have anything like that on you?
I'm not sure.
Do you have any drugs or alcohol on you as far as you know?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He drank them all.
When we get inside the building, if I find anything on you, that's going to be another charge.
Oh,
so tell me now.
Will I go to jail?
All right. Inside the building, if I find anything on you, that's going to be another charge.
Oh,
so tell me now.
Will I go to jail?
All right.
Just make a cop give up on his whole fucking life right there in the Sally Port. That's right. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm done. Out. Later. Going home to get some pussy. Everybody say, Mariah put out in chat. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Consider supporting the show. I might be launching dildos through the sound barrier. So if that's something you're into, consider supporting the show. Need to pay the bills. You can do that at Colbert.fun. Thank you for joining us. We'll see everybody in the next one. Love you. See you. Bye. Have a good night.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name.
At least you could do them around. That pussy's bought and paid for 10 times over.
The world, you don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off.
There's grass from weed eating underneath my hat. God damn. I just didn't have time to shower before I came here.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believers? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the
They got that fescue dandruff.
Profit to profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like four in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? It's it. Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. This is lip balms and alcohol. Oh, give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go. I think I started some shit.
I'm not going to come in here smelling like bacon, that's for sure.
Get the place in the best. You know that
See you guys.
set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.